That's weird. Okay, we're troubleshooting real quick, and I need to post this on the channel that we're live. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hang on, if anybody's watching, hold on, I need to make a post real quick that we're live. Should be a post now that we're live. Which, speaking of which, let me pull up chat. YouTube likes to do this weird thing where when I go live on a different device, hey everybody, whoa, so many people. YouTube likes to do this weird thing that when I go live, if I go to a different device like my phone or my iPad to view chat, it just won't let me pull up the video. Like, I can see it and I can tap on it, but literally nothing happens. It just doesn't even load it. So, all right. Hasomi, thanks for coming over from Diaclona. I saw you in there. My dogs are already fighting. I have not streamed from PlayStation before. I know, I should just have a PC and do it. It's easier. So I've got that running, and then I have a device off to the corner with chat. But I have Mrs. Tryon here to help me read chat because Lord knows I'm not going to be able to read it. Here, why don't you put your phone on the charger? That way you can charge while you read chat. Okay. Just move these. It's funny, my good friends of the channel, Wild Dream, they have not only a movie podcast, but also a streaming channel on Twitch. I'm always yelling at the main guy who I'm good friends with for not reading chat, and here I am, and I can't even play a game and read chat at the same time. So we're going to do some Fall of Cybertron today, mainly because that's the only game that I own that's Transformers related on the PlayStation. This is the PlayStation 4 remaster, and I say that with quotation marks because it's, not that much of a remaster. I happen to own it. The other reason that we are playing this is because next month... Wait, are we in February?
We're in February.
February. In March 19th, the Fall of Cybertron video is going to release. We did the War for Cybertron video last year, and everybody was asking and pleading for a video on Fall of Cybertron. It is coming out. The reason it has taken so long is the War for Cybertron video was like 20 minutes long, and I felt like I said all that I could. The Fall of Cybertron video is nearing an hour long. I think it's either going to be right under an hour or exactly at the hour mark, just kind of depending on what we do. So that's why I've been feeling a little nostalgic to play the game, and I have access to it, so that will help a lot here. Let me pull up my phone, that way I can read chat here real quick.
Somebody has to leave because it's midnight where they live.
Who is it? Who's leaving?
Average TF fan.
All right, man. I'll see you. See you in a bit. Again, this is so weird. Look here at my phone how I can't. It doesn't let me pull up my own stream.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's very strange that on my own channel, YouTube doesn't let me. I guess they don't want it to count as a fake viewer. Lots of channel members in here. Spidey, good to see you. Brush, I thought you were in Johnny Flash's stream. Isn't Johnny Flash streaming today? They just made, what, 16 grand for the Nemesis Prime film, which looks awesome. Wangania is here. Love to see it. War for Cybertron video is very good. Absolutely loved it. Thank you, JS. Thank you very much. I'm very excited for the Fall of Cybertron video. Much larger, and I go a little bit further. I ended up grabbing the Game Informer copy that had the Transformers Fall of Cybertron kind of base to it. Sadly, I used to own the art book. I do not own it anymore, and it's not the easiest thing to track down. I know you can get a PDF of it real easily, but it would have been nice to have it physically in hand. That is something I do regret selling over the years. Hey, new channel member, Lunatic Fetch, welcome. Welcome. We need a live action Wreckers movie. We need a lot of movies before we get to live action Wreckers. Oh, thanks for coming by, Brushed. Honestly, only real criticism I have for Fall of Cybertron is the fact that it distributes gameplay between both that I don't think it distributes gameplay between both factions. Yeah, it's not so much Autobot and then Decepticon campaign. It's actually, I can even just pull up campaign here. Chat, let me know. Music playing. The music was playing to this game, but as soon as I hit go live, the music stopped, which is not that big of a deal. I love the music in this game, but it is extremely loud. If not, I can go in and see why. Johnny Flash making 16K was wild. I thought it might have been near 1,000 best, but holy, yeah. Really awesome to see it. Awesome to see Johnny Flash is back. Actually would love to have him on Delta Base. I need to reach out and see if you'd be. Diaclona is the next guest on Delta Base, by the way, that's coming out next Wednesday. It was a great episode. Those Delta Base episodes used to be 20 minutes long, and they're now like 45 to 48 minutes long. Alex, you might need to see someone about that. Just finished reading Sins of the Wreckers today. Amazing. All right. What are we going to do here? I don't know if I want to do the first mission because it's mainly just teaching you how to play, and I already know how to play this game. I think we're just going to start with Optimus, if that's okay with all of you guys. Let's go longer Delta Base. Not only longer Delta Base episodes, but longer Teletran Tape episodes. If you are not subscribed to Teletran Tapes, please go look it up. It's a great podcast where we discuss the monthly issues of Skybound. I was not on this most recent episode just because I was on a small sabbatical, but they had Carl's Collection on the show, and he was a fantastic guest. Vortex mission might be my favorite. Yeah, I think, and I talk about this in the video that's coming out, I think that also might be one of my favorites, primarily because it was the demo for the game and I played it so much, so I have the most nostalgia for it. If anybody has a decent PC, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, Rise of the Dark Sparta on the Internet Archive with instructions on how to install. Yes, I need to get to that. I do not have a PC that is compatible with playing these games, and I need to. That way I can play multiplayer. I would love to, but as things go with the real world, mortgage, car payments, health insurance, things like that, come first before buying a PC. So my demo was the first mission with Bumblebee. I remember it being Vortex. All right, I'm going to jump in. We're just going to start with 2 because I really don't want to mess around with the first. This is Ratchet. Decepticons have invaded the city. We need you at the Devastation is a game that I was sadly I did not play a lot of. I have almost no memories of it. I remember buying it, but it was right around the time that I was getting out of Transformers for a little while. Everybody let me know if my voice is not tuned well alongside the game audio. I can go in and turn down the game audio if need be.
Warp cannons. Megatron isn't holding back anything this time. It's targeting the Ark.
Delta playing Fall of Cybertron. Now, I talked about this in my War for Cybertron retrospective video that I overall think I like War for Cybertron a little bit more just because I don't have access to it, and so I'm more nostalgic for it. But I'm sure once I get a hand on War for Cybertron again, when I have a PC, or if they ever re-release it, my mind might change. I don't know. I think they're both great games. I mean, you guys will see soon enough. Next month when the Fall of Cybertron video releases, which I'm very, very excited. It will definitely be one of the longest. It will be the longest video on my channel for a little while. Because don't forget, we are doing audiobook readings of Transformers Exodus and the other books, and those are going to be very long videos. I recorded the first 3 chapters of Transformers Exodus the other day, and the audio file was already about an hour long. 39 chapters, so it's going to be a really long video. That's going to be one primary video. Hold on. It's going to be one video with multiple chapters in the YouTube video. That way you can just kind of jump in, watch any part of it that you're at, and return. So the books are expensive. Yes, for some reason Exodus is about $200 right now. Exiles, I think, is around $300, and Retribution is around $90. I'm going to turn down the game volume here because I cannot hear myself speak, and I feel like I'm also...
Roll out. Roll out.
Sorry, Optimus. Let me read chat here real quick. Did you ever notice the Autobots and the Decepticon soldiers are just mashups of altered character parts? I did, yes. Yep. Quake Chest, yeah. There's a creator on YouTube. I don't remember his channel name fully, but it's Barricade something, or something Barricade, and he's done a wonderful job of archiving every game, every piece of audio that's used in this game, and he's a big modder in the community as well. If Brushed, if you're still here, then I'm sure you know. Brushed Ranger, and then Link of Legends also. Fantastic creators in the space. Barricade 24. Thank you, Spidey. Man, it's not a Delta, guys. It's not a Delta Try on stream or video if Spidey Man is not here. Spidey Man the GOAT. Everybody knows this. Curious to see what happened to Grimlock before he got captured by Shockwave. I believe that might be explored in the comics. There's some Fall of Cybertron comics. I may have to go back and reread them. Actually, let me do a... Can I do a poll here on... Okay. I cannot do a poll here on the stream on my phone. But, guys, the Fall of Cybertron retrospective video is just on the game. Should it also cover ancillary products like the comic books that went along with it, or not? Just comics, that's all I'm offering up. Let me know. Yes, pre-Dinobot and Grimlock are in the DS game. Brushed is right.
Optimus, we tried our best. Without Grimlock, Megatron rolled right over us.
Easy, soldier. Thank you, Bumblebee.
I think I got it.
Okay.
Right now.
Remember, you can talk to a lot of different characters here in the infirmary wing, and we're gonna do it because that's what Optimus would do.
Optimus, please, take me with you.
You'll be safer here until we can return.
Don't do this. I can still fight. Optimus. He's in stasis.
Till all are one, my friend.
Thank you so much, Kia. Hey! Vex is here. Guys, channel member Vex has been extremely integral, not just to the War for Cybertron video, but the Fall of Cybertron video. They very graciously donate their PC 60 FPS reshade footage. That is what is used as the primary gameplay in those videos. Such a huge help. There is some of my own footage in the Fall of Cybertron video that you'll see, but Vex has been such a huge help in lending me their footage, because if you can't tell, this game is technically not running at 60 FPS. The stream is running in 60, but this game is probably hitting more barely 30 from time to time. It's kind of tough. Oh, I didn't realize Sideswipe was over here.
Sideswipe, we need that drop ship to get support to the outer wall.
We scavenged all the good parts for the Ark, Optimus. She'll fly.
Can I talk about who asked that? Who asked that question? Brushed. Brushed. I mentioned the figures a very little bit. I might end up adding that in. The figures for me were definitely very nostalgic. Looking back on them, they're definitely not the greatest. But I might add that in again. Again, I don't want to make the video too much on, not to focus on the game, but I do think I have a little extra time that I can add in to talk about the figures in general. I had the Optimus Prime figure, and I think that was it. I always wanted the Bruticus, but looking back on it now, maybe it wasn't the greatest figure in the world. So JS Productions knows about that footage. It is fantastic footage.
Optimus, I need your help. Ratchet, how can I help?
This is so sad. Silverbolt was always my favorite.
We need to stabilize his power.
Silverbolt G1, not Silverbolt Beast Wars.
Now,
If you know, you know.
into his power supply.
We blew a regulator.
I recently grabbed the, actually a channel member and a very personal friend. Channel members know him, Bob the Doctor. He sent me Gamer Edition B. I don't remember if this was on my last live stream. He's definitely not a very great figure, but I have him along with my Ratchet and my Optimus. I'm really hoping that we get to Fall of Cybertron figures sometime soon. We gotta talk to every guy.
Win.
How
are we getting out of this one, Optimus?
Oh, that's a good question. Do I plan on making a Tarn video? So, there, yeah, IDW Megs Hater, of course you would ask about a Tarn video. There is a Tarn script. I wrote a Tarn script. It was going to have a guest speaker on it as well, where her and I spoke on Tarn. The video just never materialized. It is not out of the question. When I get back to doing IDW character essays, Tarn is definitely at the top of the list. He's just one of the big ones, so at some point, yes. Not a Beast Wars fan? Actually, I am. Beast Wars is probably my favorite Transformers show of all time. It's what I grew up on. Silverbolt is just really annoying in the show, I think. Tarn cruelty. Absolutely, yes. Saw War for Cybertron Skywarp, but I didn't get him just because of money. I have not seen Skywarp on shelves, but I did see about 20 War for Cybertron Starscreams on the shelf. I never talked to that guy. Alright, we need to push forward. That way we're actually getting some gameplay here.
Hello? Look out! Hold on, soldier! I'll get you out!
Together now.
Almost got it! You're gonna be okay.
The Till All Are One IDW comics. I don't recall the naming convention of that.
Queue up some more help.
Dark of the Moon Hatchet as well. Dark of the Moon Hatchet was such a funny figure. We really thought we were never going to get that figure, but not one I'm collecting. All right, here we go. Back into the gameplay. Bacon, that's a great question. I try to do character essays on specific iterations of characters. Obviously, you have some characters like Tarantulas. I talked about his Beast Wars and his IDW versions. So characters that have, little to talk about per continuity is easy. But a character like Impactor might be harder, so if there's a specific continuity version of Impactor that you'd like to see, that's a little easier for me to possibly do. Rather than, like I don't do a video on all of Optimus Prime. I do a video on a very specific version of Optimus. Spidey, hold on. Let me read. Fun fact about Cliffjumper in War for Cybertron DS, he looks similar to Bumblebee, but still has his own body. Like Ratchet to Ironhide. Well, in Fall Cybertron, he is just Red Bumblebee with a new head. Spidey, that's because Cliffjumper is always just Red Bumblebee. Guys, what are your favorite weapons in the game? Mine has got to be the Gear Shredder, and either the Path Blaster or, where is it? The Subsonic Repeater. Is that what it's called? The Subsonic Repeater, yeah. I'm not going to take it. Actually, you can tell how long it's been since I played this game that I have not upgraded everything. I don't even own some of these weapons. So we're going to purchase some of these weapons and then work on upgrading them. The funny sounds gun. Yellow Cliffjumper. Did you know that there was a cut barricade fight in War for Cybertron K on Prison Break? There was cut dialogue for it. I did not know that. Here, let me read this comment right here before we get back into it. from benefits. Hey Delta, wanted to let you know seeing you in this community in the wake of the Skybound comics has really brightened my mood since I found your channel. Thank you, Delta, and everyone here. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining in. Hopefully these games come back. A lot of people are talking about remasters. I will say at this point, we're just going to upgrade this completely. At this point, I would be fine even if they were just re-released. I would love a remaster, of course, but even if these could just get re-released, that way we could play them again. That would be wonderful. Okay, I need to upgrade some of these guns.
So JS Production wants the assault rifle.
Ion blasters. Grimlock's room in here. Don't forget, I don't remember where every audio log is, guys. So, but what? Oh hey, Hasomi channel member. Thank you so much. Sea of Rust, my favorite in the game. Such an interesting lore and mysterious. Hasomi, you know what? You said that perfectly because there's actually a section of the video coming out next month that's dedicated to the Sea of Rust, talking about how it is awesome to see that location. Thank you so much for the super chat. Absolutely love it. I'm a Riot Cannon player. Hee hee. Well, if you're playing Megatron, you have to be a Riot Cannon player. Hold on, let's get to my favorite channel here. See, exercise channel. Well, look, they're doing exercises. Mrs. Tryon is like, what is this? What is Transformers? What is this? Ah, a little how Metroplex transforms. Yes, just Jetfire speaking.
You, Optimus? We need you.
I'm watching TV. Tia Prime Cliffjumper had the best design, unique robot mode, cool dodge vehicle mode, and he got absolutely disrespected. Yeah, that's because they could not afford Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to be the voice for forever. Only one episode.
Grimlock's unfettered anger represents as much danger.
Can someone tell me what War for Cybertron and Fall Cybertron is about? Sure. War for Cybertron came out in 2010, and it's kind of the start of a new continuity. It's technically tied to the Aligned continuity, but as we all know, the Aligned continuity does not line up. Let me grab some upgrades while I'm here. And it's basically the story of the collapse of Cybertron. Fall Cybertron is its sequel, and it is... Okay, I need to make sure I purchase that. It is the sequel, and it's basically the continuation of that story, however, how Cybertron falls apart.
Do Cybertronians need to work out?
Do Cybertronians need to work out? I would say yes, because if not, they're going to get rusty, and they will be unlubricated. Don't quote me on that, please. I'm just going to start buying all these upgrades. Okay, now we're broke. Great question about Saber Interactive. I think a lot of people are very excited, for good reason, that it might be a Transformers game, but we need to remember that while Hasbro is moving towards doing more video games, it hasn't been confirmed it's going to be a Transformers game. They said it'll be, I think, a well-known IP. But remember, Hasbro already released their first new video game, and it was a brand new IP that nobody had ever heard of. So, I hope it's Transformers related, but if we're being realistic, with the failure of Reactivate, it's a little hard to think that, from a company standpoint, Hasbro would sink more money into Transformers games. They could re-release these games, and I hope they do. Again, a full remaster, I'm not as... I don't think that's as likely, but a re-release would be nice. Especially on something like Game Pass. So, My Little Pony game by Saber. No, I wouldn't be surprised. You never know.
This jetpack is still alive. We need to remove it.
Warhammer, My Little Pony. Have you ever seen Space Marine 2 gameplay? It's literally Fall Cybertron. Yeah, Space Marine 2 is a fantastic game. And you are correct. Somebody just make a mod for Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 really solidified in my mind that these types of games, these third-person shooter types of games, from the 6th generation console, from the 2010 era, I really think should come back. They're dumb fun, and having no microtransactions in it would be nice too. But again, companies got to make money. I understand. That doesn't mean I like the way they do it.
All right, Prime. Heads up. More Decepticons.
Splash damage, absolutely. Yeah, you know, I don't feel great for splash damage. You know, looking back at some of their other games, I'm pretty sure they made... did they make Brink? Someone will have to look that up and confirm with me or not. I don't envy the situation that they were in. And that they ended up being in. I will say, after watching Vex's footage of this game with the reshade mod in 60 FPS, it is a little hard to play this. I highly doubt they would reuse assets from Reactivate for a new game. I don't know anything about game making or industry, but I'm not really sure how common something like that is. I mean, it could happen, but again, we don't have full official word if it's going to be Transformers related. I'm hopeful, but Hasbro, again, recently had a big earnings call, and they talked about how they want to focus more on video games. And so I do think a Transformers video game will be coming at some point, but I don't know if it's anytime soon. And let's not forget that mobile games make a lot of money. A lot of money. Like, such an absorbent amount of money in the gaming industry comes from mobile games. I would not be surprised if we got a bunch more Transformer mobile games first.
1, 2, 3. Warpath, secure the area, then make your way to
Some AA Transformer games instead. IDW Megs Hater, you are correct. We need more of those kind of AA games. Thinking of like the more recent 2 Prince of Persia games. Something like that. You know, kind of a medium-sized Transformers game would be awesome. Apparently the Minecraft Transformers story pack was really fun. It was basically... I'm sure Brushed can speak to that if you're still here, Brushed. Apparently it was really, really good. I have not had the chance to play it.
We nearly have the nerve center up and running again.
A bit less smooth, isn't it?
There's another molecular on
Quite
fuse.
good,
Optimus
though at
using
30
labs to
FPS.
locate another fuse.
Yeah, it is playable, Vex. It is 100% playable. It's just hard after watching your beautiful footage, because the past 3 hours I was editing the video with your footage, and now I'm playing this. It's a little rough, but Minecraft collab is just Devastation Minecraft, basically. Gotcha. Brushed, you did play that. I remember when it came out, you were playing it. Transferred Minecraft collab was genuinely a treat. I even got to talk to one of the devs. Oh, awesome! I really need to play it. I've been meaning to. We need to make sure we're collecting all these Energon shards to upgrade all of our stuff.
Right, that should do it. There they are.
You owe it to yourself, Seraph. Seems like it's a great game. Again, Brush can speak more on it.
We don't have enough energy.
IW Megs Hater asking about Astro Train's lover. I kind of wonder why they didn't use the term conjux instead. Yeah, I think the whole conjux endura, for those of you not aware, that's IDW's take on how affectionate relationships work with Transformers. I personally like that Daniel Warren Johnson is keeping it a little simpler. IDW, I love it. Oh, I can speak to this guy?
I'm not sure that I can be of any help, sir. You should talk with Perceptor.
Okay. IDW has some great lore behind it, but it becomes very, very complicated. I have a feeling that Astro Train's love is not what we're expecting it's going to be. I have a feeling there's going to be a little bit of a twist to it.
Stay back, Optimus. They'll be through Any second.
It's free for other streamers.
Oh,
Rockets!
absolutely, Brush. We need to set that up. I'll message you in Discord for some multiplayer Minecraft. Although I will say I own Minecraft on the PlayStation, and I don't know because it's not. Again, Brush knows. Brush Ranger knows all, guys. I know it's only one version of Minecraft that you can play it on. I'm sure the console version you can get it on. Delta and Swiss are like siblings. Yeah, siblings that are constantly fighting. Guys, make sure if you next time you're on, and guys, I'm really serious about this. If you can do me a solid, anybody who's here, whether you're a channel member or not, next time Swizz Prime uploads a video, a short, long-form video, whatever, please, I'm begging of you, comment how much you love Huffer. I really need you guys to do that. Just comment how much you love Huffer and how he's the greatest character in all Transformers, because Swizz hates Huffer. And if we can bombard him with some Huffer love, he's gonna call me up. He's straight up gonna call my phone number and be so upset with me, and that's gonna be a great time.
Favorite Bayverse designs.
Favorite Bayverse designs. Does Breakaway count? I know he's technically only in a game. Probably also. That's a great question. I really like Sideways. Again, these are characters that show up for like 5 seconds, if any time at all.
Somebody said, alright for a fun night, ordered pizza, got the new Transformer, and watching Delta Trial.
Woohoo! What new Transformer did you get? We gotta know. I'm actually gonna switch over to the thermo rocket here. 175 credits left. And I'll comment to get back in Delta's basement. Yes, please. Yeah, make sure to channel members know. Again, guys, if you haven't seen it, you know what? Let's do something here real quick. That's all right. Oh, I guess I can't do that. Hold on. I'm looking at my settings here real quick. Blackout, my beloved, really wanted a G1 take on him like Barricade. I got Earthrise Kingdom RC. You know, oh, that's right. You were talking about Earthrise Kingdom RC in the Discord. Forgot about that. If you're not a channel member, guys, channel memberships are what, 99 cents. YouTube really wants me to push them more often. I'm not good at it. You get access to the Discord. We chat. It's not required. My normal type of content that I make is never going away. Channel members just get some extra behind the scenes stuff. I'm a horrible salesman, so I don't need the money. But it's always appreciated. Especially with the audiobook project that we're working on, which again is going to be, my guess is probably going to be around a 12-hour long video with chapter markers in YouTube. Don't worry. The Photon Burst Blaster, if that's what this is called, has a horrible spread to it. I've always forgotten how inaccurate it is.
Rockets on the right.
Stay with me, Autobots.
At this point, we're just playing through to kind of upgrade everything. I never upgraded everything on this account. When I originally owned the game, it was on Xbox 360. And you bet I upgraded everything, found every collectible within the first week of release. Do I remember where all of it is? No, not a chance. I do swear in one of my videos. Who's asking? Hisomi, yes. They're asking if I swear? Oh. Yes. Yes, that is true. The only, I said, and this is something I've talked about, the only full format video that is exclusive to channel members is the Kiss Players video. And it's only because after making the Kiss Players video, lots of feedback from close personal friends. They all said this video is very good, but we don't think you should upload it because nobody's talking about Kiss Players. Not that big of a deal right now. Don't bring something horrible into the limelight. I agreed. It became a channel member exclusive. That is the video where you do hear the rare Delta swear. I just, you know, I talk about it in that video, and I'll talk about it now. I don't feel the need for strong language in my videos. I mean, I'm talking about Transformers.
Fortunate find.
Where does this go? I think it's back around near the back here, if I recall. Here it is. Delta, can you make an 8-hour review on the Decepticon DS07 game? I never had a DS brushed, so I'm afraid I don't know much about it. Didn't Hasbro make a Kiss Players figure in the Legacy line? It was Buzzworthy Bumblebee. There was a 4-pack Buzzworthy Bumblebee that came with the Auto Trooper, or Auto Rooper, as they were called in Kiss Players. But it was based off of the Transformers animated design, but it did come with a Kiss Players styled head. So technically, yes, Hasbro, and I talk about that in the video. Hasbro did officially acknowledge its existence. So,
Soldier, I'm looking for the closest control.
if you're wondering what my opinion on it is, you can watch the video, but I mean, I'll just let you know, I absolutely condemn Kiss Players. There is no place for it in this in this community. And if you're going to come in here and defend Kiss Players, then I think we need to have a talk, a serious talk.
Sir Off said, I am yet still traumatized by the Kiss Players.
Yeah, I am, Sir Off, I am traumatized by making the Kiss Players video. Again, I made it because somebody dared me. Somebody said, I bet you wouldn't. And I said, you bet wrong. Forever scarred because of that.
Where are the artillery controls?
These guys are gonna die.
Around the incoming! Optimus, are you all right?
Optimus Prime.
Brush, is there a way to get the DS games on an emulator? I'm sure there is.
Thanks, Optimus.
I just need to
Thought I was a
message
goner.
you in Discord and ask you to help me out.
All right. I'm fine, Preceptor. But
Incoming!
I'm going to rely on Mrs. Tryon here, as I do actually need to focus in on this part. Otherwise, I'm going to immediately die. Let's get some figures of these guys. I know they can't transform, but they can be just like the Bumblebee Soundwave figure, where they just, you know, turn into a crab thing. And they could also give us the invisibility guys. I'm blanking on their names from Cliff Jumpers
how do I get there?
video.
Ion vent nearby that could give you a boost.
Oh, I already picked it up. What I really want, if I ever get a PC, which it will probably be in the plans at some point in my life, is I want to play this and War for Cybertron again, but I really want to play the Revenge of the Fallen game. I loved the Revenge of the Fallen game. The mobility in that game was so much fun. And, oh wait, I want to go back over here to get these. And I want to play the Dark of the Moon game again. I never played, this is also something touched in the Fall Cybertron video, I never played the multiplayer for Dark of the Moon. Oh, hey, buddy. And so I feel like I missed out. I did not even realize until earlier today when I was pulling footage that in the Dark of the Moon multiplayer you could play as Warpath. I had no idea. Guys, we seen this? Is this real life? You just gonna stand there? I feel like those rockets didn't hit. This guy's still standing there? Okay, guys, because he's just standing there, we're gonna have to name him. We're gonna have to name this guy because we're gonna. Well, I mean, we do have to kill him because the game won't let. Oh, there he goes. Never mind. Don't give him a name, guys. It'll be too sad. Cool. Albert. Albert's the name. We had to put down Albert. It happens.
I've got a job to do.
Lugnut. Guys, I also did not realize how expensive Reveal the Shield lug nut was. Somebody mentioned the figure and thought, why don't I go buy that? $400. Mrs. Tryon is looking at me. Don't worry, I didn't. I would never spend that money on. $400.
Be able to reroute energon from the Ark directly into the long-range artillery.
It appears to be working.
Brushed, make sure you get to your editing. Will you ever do figure reviews? Probably not. I don't feel like I really have much to really add to that world, and I don't really collect.
Rocket system is online.
I don't collect enough to really cover them. I mean, I just recently got what was it? And actually, Brushed, you'll be happy I forgot to message you. I got a Facebook Marketplace deal, and it came with Power of the Primes, Legends Beachcomber, and the Legends Cosmos. I forget what. I think he was Thrilling 30s. So I'm really late to the game. I'm not going to review those guys. They're really old. But they're both great figures. And I got it because I have to wait till November to get my Legacy Beachcomber, which is a little upsetting. So Brush, just know that I was thinking about you when I picked up the Cosmos.
Let's finish this.
Absolutely, guys. If you haven't seen Brushed Rangers, I'm mixing my words up here. His recent video on the IDW Valentine's Day comic special with Cosmos. I'm in it for a little bit as a narrator. Definitely go check out the video. It was a really great piece done by him. A fellow Cosmos lover. How can you not love Cosmos? He's a goofy little spaceman.
Forward, Autobots.
And he's voiced by, what's his name? Weird Al Yankovic.
Optimus, this is Ironhide. The Ark is getting shelled pretty bad by those warp cannons. Shields are holding for now, but
Isn't Soundwave up here somewhere?
Help is on the way, Ironhide.
You can activate more defensive weapons. Back through the engine room.
Favorite Soundwave
Near the
minicon?
flight deck.
On my way.
Probably Laserbeak. Let's see here. I need to rebuy the Dark of the Moon game. My copy is scratched up. Dark Spark game is badly scratched, but it is playable. Yeah. I never played Dark Spark. I'm very well aware of it. I've watched walkthroughs of it. I'm very well aware of the history behind the game and all of its issues. I just never played it, and I've never really felt a need to go and play it. Maybe, perhaps, maybe, if I can find a copy. I know it's not that hard to find a copy of it. We would do a stream on it, so I can experience its pain. So, my favorite thing to do in this game. I'd say do a big character essay on Cosmos, but I kind of already did that already. Yeah, Brushed. I don't need to do a character essay on Cosmos, because you already did it. I've got nothing to add. You did perfect on it, so.
I don't need to remind you that the more energon we spend on these guns, the less there is for the Ark.
Do not play Dark Spark, I beg of you.
When this is over.
When does Warpath appear? Warpath in this game or in the Dark of the Moon game? I was talking about that earlier. Dark of the Moon game, he's a boss fight. In this one, he'll show up in the episode that's coming up. The chapter.
Could be related to the energon you redirected.
Any Buzzsaw lovers? That's a great question. I like Buzzsaw. Bring back the animated style mini-cons where they turned into
The main door that leads to the flight deck.
keytars and guitars, instruments. Hey, that's the real question. Are Soundwave's Cassetticons or Recordicons, whatever you want to call them, are they minicons? Do you consider them minicons? That's the big question.
The power is out.
The schematic shows an access panel.
Animated is peak. You're right, IDW Magazine. Ah, yes. 2010's video games where you have to pry the door open.
I love Buzzsaw and the fact that I was finally able to buy him Legacy G1 Soundwave.
Help us! We need backup!
Oh no, an Earth Buzzsaw on the side. Well, I think it's just good to have as many Cassetticons as you can. Recordicons, whatever we want to call them.
Everyone's saying yes, they're minicons.
Yes, they're minicons, okay. Because I was going to say, in the Exodus book, they are called minicons. And it's very interesting that in the Exodus book, Megatron despises minicons and sees them as lesser beings. Even Orion is kind of nervous about minicons. It's definitely an interesting, interesting side.
Optimus,
What is your thought
it's
on
an ambush.
Johnson making Transformers?
Don't expect
Daniel Warren Johnson, I wouldn't say he's leaving Transformers. He's just, he's not writing past issue 24. I'm sure they will continue it. The comic is extremely well selling. It's in, I believe, the top 5 comics. As of late, I don't know how they calculate that. But if Hasbro were to stop the comics after Daniel Warren Johnson is done, that would be a huge missed opportunity to make a lot of money. So I have faith in whoever takes it over next. I mean, Daniel Warren Johnson has not done the artwork for a while now. George Corona has been doing it, and he's done such a fantastic job. So I'm sure somebody will come in to keep it going. Was there anything else? Oh. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to go in there yet. I want to go back to this door. But Daniel Warren Johnson is, I mean, he's got so many other projects he's working on. He's working on a Wolverine comic, which I'm very excited for, because I'm not normally a Marvel guy, really a superhero guy in general. But anything he writes, I'm going to read. So.
Delta, would you agree that Skybound's Transformers is like our equivalent?
Is Skybound like the absolute Batman? I just went in a full circle. You're going to have to remind me, is Absolute Batman is the new one where he's got the battle axe on his chest, right? You have to remind me, because I am reading that one. And if that's the case, I would say in terms of quality, yes. Yeah, I'll switch over to the Chaos Rift Combuster. Yes, that one. I actually need to catch up on that. Again, not a normal superhero comic guy reader, but I have read. This is so sad.
couldn't save them.
See you, man. Thanks, Warpath, for stopping by.
Of course, Perceptor. You're right.
But no, Absolute Batman has been fun. I've not read any of the other Absolute comics. I just don't know Superman and Wonder Woman as much. But I do need to read Daniel Warren Johnson's Wonder Woman Dead Earth. I believe it's having a re-release soon. So.
Perceptor, I can see the Ark just ahead. Thank the Matrix, it's still standing.
Be careful approaching the neutron gun controls, Optimus. Decepticon troops have overrun the area.
Yeah, Absolute Batman, I think, is like, let's take what everybody knows and change it 100%. While Skybound is more, we're going to take Generation 1 and expand on some of these original ideas, which I do love. We're at the Chaos Rift Combuster.
Irish Empire asks, Delta, what comics do you read besides Transformers?
What comics do I read besides Transformers? Hold on, do I not? Hold on. I will answer that 1 second. Do I not have the Chaos Rift Combuster in here? I don't own the Chaos Rift Combuster. Guys, I'm a fake fan. What comics do I read? I'm looking at my shelf over here. I just finished reading Revolver by Matt Kinder, I think is his name. The last one I read was Space Melt by Daniel Warren Johnson, which was fun. Looking at my shelf, I need to start Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil. I have book number 1, and then Berserker by, I know it's not by Keanu Reeves, but Keanu Reeves is a part of the creative team, as well as Something is Killing the Children by Boom Comics. So I have a lot. Normally I'll do a comic live stream where I'll talk about other comics. And then I do have a channel called Delta Comics that I use very rarely to talk about non-Transformers related comics.
IDW
Roger that.
We still have control over the city's artillery. A strike should help clear
Yes. Yes, Brush, you are right. IDW,
We have established a perimeter
Beast
around
Wars, sorry, I saw Megatron, my mind went blank. Is fantastic. I would love to buy the physical copies, but for some reason that first book is kind of expensive. I don't know why. Books 2 and 3, I think, are maybe a little overpriced, maybe in the $40 range. And those trade paperbacks are normally 15 to 20. But I think book 1 is a little expensive and hard to find. But you can always read them online. They're not hard to find. But I always like to own a physical copy as well. It's just nice. Uprising as in, that's just the comic's name, Uprising? I know there's a commenter on every video I make. If you're here, I don't know your name, who every video I make recommends that I read a comic called Biomex. It's on my list. I promise I will get to it. IDW, you need to go to sleep. It's 4 a.m. for you. It's only, what, 7? 7 p.m. here. You good? Yes. Yeah, there are plenty of places online that you can read comics for free. I'm not gonna link them, but I understand if you have to use them because you can't afford to buy all the comics. Comics are expensive. I have used them myself, so there is no shame in having to use a free website. But I'm not going to link them. That's not my job. These, I talk about this in my video, these guys with the Energon Harvester weapons are really annoying.
How about calling in an artillery strike?
Asomi? Oh, Beast Wars Uprising, yes. Yes. Mrs. Tryon over here on the side. Guys, I don't know if you can hear Mrs. Tryon or not. Let me know. Let her know in the chat if you can hear her. Because I'm repeating the questions she asks me. But if you can hear her, then... I'm guessing not, since I have the microphone where I do.
You chose the wrong side.
Can a little bit, okay.
Sorry, I'm soft-spoken.
Mrs. Tryon is soft-spoken, and I have my microphone set up to not pick up much outside of my own voice. Which, by the way, also, coming in March, Mrs. Tryon's going to be on the channel for a video that I'm hoping does really well. I'm really excited for it. Where we have Mrs. Tryon try and name some Generation 1 Transformers characters. And let me tell you, she has no knowledge.
I know nothing about this stuff.
I mean, you know Optimus Prime and your favorite Bumblebee. Badassatron, yes, as she calls it. See, a lot of the people in the community talking about how they didn't like the Badassatron joke in Transformers 1. But for people like Mrs. Tryon, who don't know much about Transformers, it was fun, right? It was fun.
Josh said, when is Miss Tryon getting her own Transformers?
Wow. My own fan base is already betraying me for a for a Mrs. Tryon channel. She'll be on the channel more often soon, don't worry.
Oh, they said I have a nice
Aww. Oops, I did the wrong target. I'm not paying attention. Guys, should I just let myself die? That way we can start this section over. I'm not paying attention. Now I gotta wait. I'm thinking too much about chat. Now I feel sad for, again, friends of the channel, Wild Dream Stream. If you guys like movies or games like Phasmophobia, Helldivers 2, he also has a hard time reading chat and playing. I feel sorry now. Yes, Delta. Yes. What is your favorite Bayverse design? Do you even know what those words mean?
No, I don't.
Bayverse is the live action, the Michael Bay movies. So what's your favorite character design? Yeah, it's Bumblebee. You actually have at your, well, he dies. Remember, he gets ripped in half. You have a Bumblebee action figure at your family's house. Remember?
I do. You can.
It's
I used to plug in like my
your MP3.
my MP3, and then it would dance.
Yeah, so it doesn't transform. It's the dancing. I remember because I was up in the attic moving some Christmas decorations for your family, and I saw the Bumblebee figure up there. I'm like, that's the dancing Bumblebee. Sadly, I don't think it's a rare figure, guys. I don't think I'm gonna get much for it on eBay. Rare dancing Bumblebee, $500. Serious inquiries only. Oh well. All right, we survived. We got through it.
Welcome, Boost.
Hisomi, I believe you pronounce it Hisomi.
Hosomi, I agree. Bumblebee helped me get into the Transformers.
Bumblebee dies a lot in Transformers. Why do you hate Cliff Jumper so much?
Because you showed me
Receptor, I
something
found
where
the neutron gun
Bumblebee dies
controls.
instead of Cliffjumper.
We need a dancing Bumblebee stream.
Neutron gun is activating.
Hey, TFI Creations in here. I'll run Helldivers 2 any day. TFI, if you're interested, I'm probably going to do some Helldivers 2 right after this mission. If you're interested in jumping in. There are multiple Bumblebee designs in the Bayverse movie. He pretty much always turns into a Camaro, though. It's just different versions of the Camaro. Guys, I know in the Bumblebee movie he does not turn into a Camaro until the end. I'm trying not to confuse Mrs. Tryon right now. We don't need to confuse Mrs. Tryon with the continuity of the Bayverse world, if you can even call it a continuity. Thank you for stopping by, TFI. Sorry I didn't see your comment earlier.
Optimus, this is Ironhide. My team and I are pinned down at the Ark's fueling station. Patience, Ironhide. These systems have been offline for thousands of... We'll need the
TFI can't play now. That's fine. JS Productions and TFI. I know both of you guys like Phasmophobia. If you do enjoy Phasmophobia and want to see me playing it, I do play it on Thursday nights on the Wild Dream Stream Twitch channel. My buddies run that. Go show them some love. They're really trying to build a community. They play Phasmophobia on Thursdays. Tuesday nights is when I'm normally on there. It's shooters. We've been doing a lot of Payday 3, Helldivers 2, and then on Sundays, one of their hosts does a horror game all alone in his apartment with all the lights turned off. It's very scary. Wild Dream Stream on Twitch.tv. Yeah, if you can go find, we'll just go find the link on Twitch. Here, I'll do it. Actually, I'll do it. Yeah, I will. Let me go grab their. If you guys are interested, again, very, very close friends. I grew up with these guys, and if you watch their content when I'm there, then you'll learn what my real name is. You'll learn who I really am. What did Cliff ever do to her? There's a great joke. Don't spoil the joke. Yeah, there's a great joke in that upcoming Mrs. Tryon. Just follow. Thanks, JS Productions. They're really going to appreciate it. Again, great guys. Love them. Daniel and David. So they started off doing movie podcasts. We actually we went to school together for film production to make movies. They run a movie podcast, and they've started up doing gaming. They are very serious. They have a very set, strict schedule when it comes to streaming, unlike me here. You know I don't. I just kind of stream whenever it works.
Hang on, old friend.
Thanks, Jay. Delta Lore? Yeah, you will get Delta Lore if you watch Wild Dream Stream. You'll hear my real name, you'll learn all these different types of stories about young boy Delta. Alright.
I've got your range.
Optimus, I don't have the firepower to stop those tanks.
Again, Tuesdays is when I'm normally on, that's shooters, and then they do Phasmophobia on Thursdays. I'm there from time to time if I have availability. I have been enjoying Phasmophobia as of late. It's a fun game. Tell them Delta send you. They will kind of know what you're talking about. Oh, there's the other one. You know, I know turret sections get a lot of flack in games, but when they're used like this, very sparingly, I think they're fun. Technically, I guess there is another turret section when you're playing as Swindle. But you have a little more mobility.
Enemy dropship coming your way.
Where is the enemy dropship?
Also, I forget
I don't recall. So I will be honest. I don't think if I recall correctly, I never got to read Retribution. So I don't actually know what happens in Retribution. I've read Exodus and Exiles. Where's this last tank? I never read Retribution, so I will have to read it. Retribution is not written by Alex Irving, who wrote Exiles and Exodus. And so I believe it's really technically more of a Transformers Prime book. Because I think Thundertron is in it. I'm sure somebody can tell me.
The neutron gun isn't working.
It isn't what?
I thought your real name was Delta Trion. Yes, Irish. My legal name is Delta Trion.
You're out of energy, Optimus.
Then we need to find more, Perceptor. I'm heading back to you.
The door closed.
Optimus, my readings
Retribution is
suggest
very
Cybertron
Quintesson heavy. Yeah, I had figured.
On
It is nice rereading through Exodus. I haven't read it in years. So rereading it, and then I am excited to get to Exiles as well.
That area doesn't even appear in the schematics.
See, IDW, Megs hater.
Optimus,
We gotta talk sometime about why you hate
Optimus.
IDW Megs. I mean, I can understand why you hate him. Because of everything. Thundertron and the Star Seekers are so cool. Hey, speaking of... oh, wait, hold on. You know, Cosmos is a Star Seeker in the not-so-aligned continuity. I didn't know that. Speaking of the Star Seekers, I just had Legacy Ferric show up today from Walmart. He's a Voyager-class figure. $35 normally. $11. Plus shipping. It was really fun. I never got to have the mold. The Legacy... who was it? Cyclonus mold. It's really fun. It goes great with my lockdown. I wish I could have found Cannonball. I never found Cannonball in the stores, though, but... oh well. Again, I'm not a huge collector.
I ask you. No,
I'm a raging Tarn fan. That would explain why you hate IDW Mix. Which means that you really want that Tarn video. It's possible. Alright, see ya, T. I found on a selling site called Whatnot, I found Revenge of the Fallen 2007 movie. JS Productions, can you tell me a little more about Whatnot? I see commercials for it all the time. I know that live streamers use it for like bidding. Is it legit? Because I've seen figures on there and I'm kind of a little weary. I've used places like Macari before, but what's your experience with Whatnot? Would you choose Autobot or Decepticon? Autobot. Probably buying a new vehicle here soon for personal use, a truck. And Mrs. Tryon, just so you know, I'm immediately putting an Autobot emblem on it. She wants a Decepticon emblem on our new truck. Okay. We're gonna have to let chat decide. Chat, decide if Mrs. Tryon and I get a new vehicle, which we need to, if it's gonna have a Autobot or Decepticon emblem on it. I can't do I cannot do polls here on mobile, sadly, so I can't.
You must destroy the Decepticon warp cannons.
Oh
on the
man, there's a
outskirts
lot
of the
more
city.
Decepticon answers. No, you guys are supposed to vote for me, not Mrs. Tryon.
Then let's roll out.
Really want them to make a new G1 Metroplex. That would have to be a huge figure. Oh yeah.
Cannons shelling the Ark. I'm uploading the coordinates to you now.
Guys, I'll make sure now that I know next time when I'm streaming a game to have my computer up so I can do live polls as well. And give it a set. No, I'm going to buy a yellow Camaro with black stripes and call it Yellow Cliff Jumper. Because that's literally Yellow Cliff Jumper. Confirmed lore, Mrs. Tryon hates Cliff Jumper. For no reason. Okay, so JS Productions, it's a bidding platform like eBay, I'm guessing is what you're saying. I just want to know if it's like a Macari website where you just buy it. But I know a lot of live streamers, a lot of Lego live streamers were touting it a little while back. color bumper. Oh, I have not yet spoken to Mrs. Tryon about watching through Transformers TV shows. She is not a TV show watcher. You don't... Mrs. Tryon doesn't know even who Goldbug is. You want me to tell you? Chat's going crazy over here asking Mrs. Tryon way too many questions. Oh, they're gonna tell you. So in some continuities, Mrs. Tryon, Bumblebee dies and is brought back to life as Goldbug. He's the same character, but he's decked out in gold instead of yellow. Okay, Mrs. Tryon approves of Goldbug. It's Bumblebee. I mean, his name is Goldbug, but... yeah, he's just brought back to life. Why am I on this weapon? Why did it switch me over? I need to be using a weapon that... oh, I also need to not be using... here, Subsonic Repeater is my favorite. Subsonic Repeater is what I would use in multiplayer all the time, which is what I really miss. This is why I need to get this game on... well, I need to buy a PC. Goldbug isn't evil. Bugbite is evil. Well, I mean, technically, yeah, he is evil. Bugbite's my favorite. Because Bugbite's the white Bumblebee. Guys... yeah, Shattered... great question. If I would do a video on Shattered Glass, Swizz Prime is actually covering the Shattered Glass comics, and is doing a fantastic job covering them. I would go watch his videos first. I would have to do kind of an overall retrospective. He's covering, like, issue by issue stuff, which has been really great. So I would suggest going to see Swizz Prime's videos on that. He's also a channel member. Love GoBot contents when? Great question. But in April, there is a surprise video on a character that you all have been begging for, that nobody would have suspected. Okay, let's... I actually really like the corrosive slime cannon.
Spidey-Man 11 said, and in some, Bumblebee dies and stays dead like he should, and Cliff Jumper reigns supreme.
Spidey, you're really making Mrs. Tryon upset over here. But I will say I do stand with you, Spidey. I always stand with you, Spidey. Spidey's an OG. Spidey's an OG from the beginning. Spidey was there when Delta Tryon had 2 subscribers. That first Delta Tryon video about Optimus being naive, which then began a comment string that me and the Teletran Tapes guys love to talk about. There's a really large set of people in the community that think that Skybound Optimus is a baby. Like, he just needs to grow up and get over his issues. They literally call Skybound Optimus a big baby. So, we like to jokingly say that in our Teletran Tapes chat, that Skybound Optimus is just a big baby. Psykill? Oh, man, Psykill would be hard to do, again. I mean, I know the GoBots characters have more lore to them now, that GoBots has kind of come full circle, and is, in its own way, popular, but again...
Optimus, grab the rocket launcher.
Guys, right now... what? Yeah, everything inside of Delta Tron's house is just called Delta, the Delta Fridge. The Delta Couch. Guys, you chose her name to be Mrs. Tryon, not Delta Wife. Now you guys are going back on it. She's called Mrs. Tryon in the upcoming video. Just saying. The Delta Discord is available to channel members. If you want to jump in, then join in, be a channel member. It's the cheapest tier, 99 cents. And then if you do, just go into the channel member posts, and I posted the link there. There's technically a way to connect YouTube to Discord, but it's messy and it doesn't work well. And you have to have your personal YouTube channel that you bought the membership on tied to your Discord account. So it. But if you want to join, become a channel member, it is in the channel member posts.
Target synchronizing completed.
We mainly just post about the toys we bought in there. It's a nice, chill little space.
Now, personal question.
Metroplex, take out that warp cannon.
Consider it done.
Where does Zertatron fit in? That's a great question. We're going to have to wait for another Void Rivals issue to really figure out about Zertatron and see what they're about. I am excited to see that. Void Rivals has been a little slow for me. That's why I have not made a video on it. Perhaps there's talks of a Teletran Tapes special episode where myself and Moonbase 3 fight each other on if Void Rivals is good or not. Oh, that's a Decepticon. He dead. I think Void Rivals is fun. I think I was kind of hoping for a little bit more from it. But it does seem like it's starting to cook with Zertatron. JS Mom. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's true. Swiss Prime Delta. Now, Swiss Prime was here before me. Swiss Prime was making content long before me. Started out as a Transformers Reactivate channel. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. When Reactivate was canceled, he was a little relieved that he didn't have to cover it anymore.
Hit it with everything you've got!
What is Delta Wife's thought? What is your thought? Who is Bumblebee's rival? Nah, Megatron is Optimus's rival. I don't even know if Megatron and Bumblebee really even interact in the Michael Bay movies. How do I get in here? I forget. Is it through the top? One of the wave dudes. It's probably Barricade in the first movie. That's how they kind of set it up. I think I have to drop down actually to get in here. I've forgotten. Yeah, the subsonic repeater was my favorite gun in multiplayer, I think just because you could move so fast with it. You could just whip around like crazy. Here it is, it's over here. Let's see, I kind of remember parts of this game. I will say, while Fall of Cybertron did have more mobility in robot mode, you know, being able to slide and... not slide, to roll back and forth. I do think there was a little more mobility in War for Cybertron when in vehicle mode, because you could jump, turn to the side, and then do the barrel roll, which I love doing. God, I miss that game so much. I owned it on Steam for a while, but I don't think I have access to it anymore.
I got a clear shot.
No, Metroplex, I want to get the kill.
Justice.
War is so much easier. What would I hope for if they got remastered? Higher frame rates, I think better stability. You know, I don't necessarily need a remaster. I just need them to be re-released. But I would say for console especially, better frame rate. You know, 60 frame rate. I think there was an audio log down here that I already got. I think, you know, so Vex's footage that I use in the videos has the reshade mod on it. I like looking at the reshade mod. I also don't mind the game as is. So more accessibility options too would be really nice. An FOV slider, you know, widescreen support, things like that. You know, quality of life. Oh, there's normally something up here too. How many? Okay, there's a lot of audio. Okay, and there is a blueprint that I don't have. Yeah. I don't remember where all this stuff is. I'm gonna have to come back at some other time. Not today. We're not going for full completion here. Maybe we should do a stream doing hard mode on the game. Oh man. I have not played hard mode on this game since it came out. I would have to buy everything. No, I still don't have enough. I don't know why I'm trying to buy things that I don't. I like bulky Optimus as an old Optimus, if that makes sense. You were lucky, yes, Asomi, you are lucky with SS86 Hot Rod because you got him on release. I found one in box, and I don't need it in box. I'm not a box collector. $200. I have Kingdom. This is a call to anybody who's watching. I have a copy of Kingdom Commander. Is it Commander? Kingdom. I don't know if it's Leader or not. I have the Kingdom Rodimus with trailer, all the accessories. All of the accessories. I will trade that figure for an SS86 Hot Rod. I'm not joking. It's a cool figure, but I just want the Hot Rod. I'm not even joking. So if you know somebody, tell them to come get me. Alright, well, let's not talk about that. Guys, don't be trying to trip Mrs. Tryon up over here.
We had no experience in war. We were ill-prepared to face Megatron's legion. Gladiators who thrived on destruction and mayhem.
I was gonna say, I really do enjoy the Kingdom Rodimus Prime. It's a fun figure. But between that and SS86 Hot Rod, I would rather have Hot Rod. Because I don't know, something about Kingdom Roddy. He's just got such an ugly face. He's so grizzled, you know. And so it is it's fantastic. And I think there were design photos of a re-release for 86 Roddy in Legacy, but I don't think it ever happened. Maybe they could do a re-release of him. They've been doing a lot of re-releases as of late, which has been nice.
Look! It's Optimus Prime!
This will help the war effort.
Discord link doesn't work. I will repost after the stream. If you're a newer channel member, you're not in the Discord, I will repost it as a post. That way we can get you guys into the Discord stream. I will repost it for you guys.
I thought I ordered you to protect the Ark. Never made it. Who's your
Oh yeah, he does come with a pizza cutter. You're right. You were saying that. He does come with a pizza cutter, yeah. Yeah.
Optimus, we're low on energon. There's more Decepticons.
They were going to do a Hot Rod in toy colors, but that got canned with Earth Mode Hound. And Earth Mode Hound ended up coming in that, what was it, a 5-pack of Autobots? And I really kind of still want that for an 86 shelf. But it doesn't have Hoist, and Hoist is one of my favorites. I have Earthrise Hoist, and I love him, but I want that blue window, that painted blue window. This is not a good weapon for this section because of all the long ranged. Oh, what are they saying? Thank you, Z3. Thank you for watching. I enjoyed making it. Volume 2 is great, Z3, and Volume 3 is coming soon. If you read it in volumes, I do think it's probably the better reading order. We read it monthly because we can't wait. But I do think in the long run, like with a lot of Daniel Warren Johnson comics, and this is not something bad. This is not a knock against Daniel Warren Johnson. I think his comics read a little bit better when you read them in the volume trade paperbacks. Again, not a knock against him. Love Daniel Warren Johnson. Is he annoyed Prime? It's alright. It's alright. Mrs. Trion's still learning how to read Transformers and YouTube names. Biggest reason I think that Rodimus didn't work as a successor. That's a great question. That's actually, I believe Diaclona has a project coming up about Rodimus that I'm going to be helping out with. I might be speaking too early on that. I might have just ruined a surprise. I think it's just because Optimus is just so iconic, and I think his death in the movie really was just hit hard, and people weren't expecting that. And Rodimus is a younger character, obviously, who has less experience, and so he's easier to dislike because he's not like Optimus. You know, he doesn't have all the answers. You know, it's like taking your dad away and then, you know, giving you a younger brother and being like, there you go, that's what you get. You're like, what am I supposed to do with this? See you, Laserbeak. Thanks for stopping by. What makes me use, yes, the guy from Void Rivals. Zalalak. Why did I use him as my profile picture? That's a great question. I don't know. I just really liked the design of his headpiece. And it was a small enough image that I could use as my profile picture. And then after having it for a while oh, I forgot this guy's spawn here. After having it for a while, I really thought, you know, if I'm going to keep up the channel, I should really change it because it's not my art. It's not my character. And so I went on to Fiverr, and there's a great artist I found. I'm blanking on his name, but he is credited in my channel description, the more info section. And I said, hey, here's what my current profile picture is. Could you just make it the same but our own design? And he did such a fantastic job. Also, Centipede.gov did a redesign of it for the upcoming Mrs. Triumph video. Fantastic artist. Fantastic. If you watch Dumb Jake's content, then you know Centipede.gov. They did Dumb Jake's profile picture. Love their work. Lovely person.
By the way, Delta, did you ever get Grapple? And if so, I hope you did that successfully.
First off, see IDW Megs Hater, you gotta sleep. Who was asking about Grapple? Oh, Hisomi? I have not. I still have not gotten Grapple. I was looking on eBay recently, but I actually, Hisomi, I was looking at Masterpiece, Grapple, and Hoist, but I'm not going to buy Masterpiece figures. But I do need to get Grapple, and when I do, I will make sure to be very careful and take your advice when it comes to the fix for his feet. Come on. Do I think there's a way to make a successor to Optimus? I honestly think Ultra Magnus could have been it. There's a lot of Ultra Magnus hate out there. You're never gonna be able to replicate what Optimus is, and so you have to find a way to have a character who can fill those shoes, but not be a copy or a full replacement. I think Ultra Magnus could have been. He would have just been a different type of leader. I think Ultra Magnus in Transformers Prime is a great example. He starts out as not being a good fit, and then he has to learn, you know, aspects of family and whatnot. Transformers Prime Ultra Magnus, I think, is slept on. Dude is fantastic. I love that they brought Warpath back in this game. I loved him in War for Cybertron. Ultra Magnus is just white Optimus. I mean, IDW, yes, yeah. De-armored Ultra Magnus, yeah. I mean, sometimes if you go into, you know, further into the IDW, then it's technically, what was his name? Minimus Animus or something? Guys, it's been a long time since I read
We've got Optimus cornered.
IDW. Excited to see the backstory on Skybound Magnus. Yes.
You are most welcome.
Again, if you watch my most recent video on Skybound, still love it, still think it's the best comic we've gotten. But I wish we had just a little more of these characters than is being shown off. Look at this audio log right here that I never captured.
Like a storm of burning energon across the surface of Cybertron.
What do I think the next arc is going to be? Well, we know what the next arc is going to be, and it's going to be what happened to Megatron in between the Energon Universe special and him returning. So we know it's going to be that. I think after that arc, we're going to be fully into the finale. Look, it's Soundwave and Laser. So I think that's probably going to be the last kind of side arc that we get. Actually, well, maybe they announced another arc. I forget. I can't remember. But that is the next arc I know that we're getting, is what happened to Megatron. And we know there's going to be Sharkticons involved. And guys, if you're not reading Void Rivals, please read Void Rivals, because we are getting a Skuxoid arc. My boy Skuxoid. Skuxoid channel? Let me see. Maybe? Anybody? I love the insults of the characters in this game. They do such a good job. This game really is running quite a lot. All this stuff. Let's see, what are we seeing here? So I see backstory on... Okay, we already read that. White Optimus and Red Bumblebee, yes. High Moon made Warpath for Dark the Moon because they needed a tank character for the game, and Shockwave was not able to transform. You could only walk with him. Okay. Shout out to both Siege and Earthrise Soundwave for being able to become a large lamppost. I'm very excited for an SS-86 Soundwave. Possibility of Skybound using non-G1 characters like Lockdown, Arachnid, Tarn, etc. Not until after issue 24. Daniel Warren Johnson has been very clear and specific that he just wants to do G1. And if you tune into his Friday streams, he streams every Friday. A lot of people will ask, like, hey, would you use Japanese Generation 1 characters like Starsaber? Technically, I guess, as Headmasters. He's actually said, oh, I've never read that. I think somebody asked him what his thoughts on Transformers Prime and Animated were, and he said, never seen it. So Daniel Warren Johnson is... I just died. I'm not paying attention. Daniel Warren Johnson is obviously a G1 kind of only guy. He was not excited for Transformers 1, the movie, when it came out. He did say that he did enjoy it. But he's obviously a G1 through and through guy, which I totally get. I respect. That's what's great about Transformers. There's so many aspects and areas that you can enjoy and love. You don't have to know all of it. You can just enjoy the pieces that you like. Okay, it's these Energon Harvester guys that always get me. It's also because I'm trying to read chat. There we go. They do drop health though. Nice. JS, are you getting specific, like, reprintings of the covers, or just the standard covers? For those of you who don't know, when the comics come out, they have a kind of a standard issue cover, and then certain retailers will get different covers, so different artwork from different creators and whatnot. And when there's a reprinting of an issue, you'll also get new covers as well. There is a beautiful cover of Void Rivals where it's Jetfire standing with Derek and Solila on his hand, and then there's a Transformers cover to match it with Optimus standing with Spike and Carly on his shoulder. I really wanted to get those, but they're like $300, and I'm just not going to spend the money on that. Just any of them. I get that. totally get that. I don't really collect singles, just because of money and space. But I have a few singles from artwork that I really love.
Optimus! The Ark shields are down! It's about to get torn apart!
Metroplex is down. I'll have to finish it myself.
I'll send backup!
There's no time.
I agree. I agree that Robert Kirkman obviously knows his extended Transformers lore. I do like that he's using the Quintessons and Void Rivals. Void Rivals seems kind of like the place to test the more, maybe not high-end concepts of Transformers, but the things that they don't want to fully put in just yet. So I really appreciate that. I wonder what could be through this door.
Surprise!
Yes, thank you, Brushed. I will.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Daniel Warren Johnson is going to get to the Dinobots. We know we're getting another combiner. It's probably going to be the aerial bots. Most likely. Given the hints that he's given us. So I don't know if he's going to get to Dinobots or not.
If you read me, the Ark is going critical. You need to act fast.
We enjoy our nap.
Kirkman put a few Transformers references in Invincible, and I clearly loves sci-fi also seeing. Okay, I have not read through Invincible. I know everybody says I need to, but it's a lot to get through.
That is what they call you now, isn't it?
Robert Kirkman is a huge Transformers fan.
Isn't it, Megatron?
I love that Blades showed up in the new Skybound comic. I know, telling you.
Silence!
Oh, there goes Starscream. He just shot Starscream.
This is what you chose
This is
for
Tryon.
when
It's like
you
nice.
defied me.
Shoot
All of
Starscream.
this
Who
is
cares?
your doing.
Optimus!
Megatron, stop.
So I'm gonna be getting a
I'll
receipt
stop
because that's
when
gonna
all of you
get
are
paid,
dead.
but I'm very grateful. It's also how I
This
got the
is
Transformers
needless.
free
All we want is to leave.
Very nice. Yeah, Free Comic Book Day is coming up, I think, in March.
Wipe their
And we're getting
presence off
Ballpoint.
the face of Cybertron.
So excited for Ballpoint. We need more
No one
comics like
knows about my
Ballpoint, you know,
permission.
kind of these more standalone one-offs that
Asking.
don't have to connect to everything.
Always
Very
defiant
excited for
to
that.
the
There
end,
will be a
aren't
full
you,
video
At every
kind of
turn,
review
you
when
have
that comic
thwarted
comes
my
out.
efforts to save this planet.
Let us see
Return to
Metroplex
former
kill
glory.
Megatron. Yes, it's coming.
No more. This day it all ends.
I grew up with the Rescue Bots Blades, so I'm always lost when I see proper Blades. I am actually excited for, guys. I'm gonna talk about this. Legacy. Is his name in? No, Heatwave. Legacy Heatwave was shown off, and I love him. There's people out there saying he's bad because the Legacy Bulkhead mold is bad. I love him, and it makes me want to buy Legacy Chase. But Legacy Chase is $40 now online. My goodness, I want to get. I'm sure they'll get to Blades and is his name Boulder, the last rescue bot? I kind of want 4 Legacy rescue bots now, but Chase is just so $40. Man. Ugh. Fred Crackhead Megatron is probably my favorite Megatron voice, and that's a high bar next to Frank Welker. I would agree. I still think Frank Welker is my favorite Megatron, but literally maybe not even second place. Right alongside him is, I can't say his last name correctly, Fred, in this game. Such a fantastic, crackhead kind of insane Megatron. How long have we been live for?
Megatron has perished.
An hour and a half. Guys, I think we're going to wind down the stream here.
Starscream
Once this
absorbing
cutscene
it
plays
now.
out. Rip Megatron. Something a long time ago to 2025.
Decepticons, return to base.
Hey, Carnage Creations is here. Hey, good to see you, Carnage. He only just got here. We'll keep playing for you, Carnage. We'll go on to the next
Now that's
level
a
for
sight
you,
my
Carnage.
optics have longed to
Just
see
for you.
some time. Enjoy the moment.
And Sheer Anton. Alright guys, we'll do another mission.
Our future. No.
Yeah, look at the fuzzy edges on these characters.
There's
You don't get this in the reshade PC version.
We need to find more energon. And
Thank you, Carnage. I am well.
I have a hunch Grimlock
Doing
may
well.
know where to start.
Been a busy week.
He deserted
Recently
us.
started
Left
a
his
new
post for
job
a reason.
posted about that. It's going very well.
Jazz and Cliff
Very
Jumper
excited for that new
trying to
opportunity. Have a little less free time to make videos, but that's okay. Guys, there's going to be a announcement on the channel. I think actually tomorrow on Sunday. We're going to pause this here real quick so you can hear me. I have been doing weekly videos on this channel ever since I started, which was last March. And I've held myself to that rule to do weekly videos, not because I feel like I have to, but just because I always had something to say. That's going to kind of be taking a back seat because I want to make longer format videos that are higher quality. And so there won't always be a weekly video. There will always be a Delta base every month at the end of the month. And there will also most likely always be at least one comic related video in a month for the new issue. Again, I don't cover new issues when they come out really. I feel like Swizz and Moonbase do such a great job, and I'm on Teletran tapes. Kind of a moot point at that point. But there will still be those. The Fall Cybertron video is going to be probably over an hour long. That's a huge project. The audiobook is going to be a huge project. We still have that original Transformers story that I wrote that's being worked on by myself and TFI Productions. All big videos, and so we're going to kind of shift over to a more, not a weekly schedule, but you're going to get, kind of these big videos here and there. So, and it also gives me more time to make larger videos, like a Torn video, which is going to be pretty big. Time to play Delta Wife favorite mission. Eye of the Storm with your favorite character. Spidey is correct. Do you think the Skybound Transformers comic run could make a great film trilogy? Justin, that's a great question. I don't think so. I think just like when you adapt a book into a movie, you have to cut out a lot to fit it. It can be done. But what I would say is, of course I wouldn't say no to Skybound being turned into a TV show or a movie. But what I would prefer is something original to be made. Skybound is great as a comic series. If you're going to make a TV show or a movie, make something new. Because Skybound is already great. Why recycle the exact same idea? Of course, if somebody did it, I wouldn't say no, but I would ask for something more original first. Depends on how it's adapted. Spidey's right. It's absolutely fair. Always good to take your time. Video production, yes. The longer the better. Never make a deadline for yourself. Yeah, most of my videos normally end around the 11 to 15 minutes. But as of late, these videos have been getting longer. So, agreed, Delta. Delta leaked Tarn video before GTA 6. I leaked the Tarn video months ago and it just never surfaced. All right. This is going to be your favorite episode because you were playing as Cliff Jumper. Mrs. Tryon is upset. Look, Cliff Jumper, he's going to jump. See? He does jump cliffs. Excited for Arc 4 Skybound. Hopefully it hits the highs of Transport to Oblivion, issue 12. My beloved. Miss these games. Cliff Jumper jumped a cliff. How come you don't like Red Bumblebee? It's not Bumblebee, Mrs. Tryon says. That's Jazz, by the way. Can I play as Jazz? That's the next level. You have to play as Cliff Jumper first, then you get to Jazz. Sideswipe is my favorite. I agree with you, Spidey. I was a little upset you couldn't play as Sideswipe in this, but we get him in the last game, so. Love Cliff's little air brakes, yes. Can we get a third-party pack add-on for for the Studio Series? Opinions on RID 2015. I actually talk about my opinions on RID 2015 when I talk about... What video was that? I think it's the video Who's Transformers 4. I talk about RID 2015. You should go watch that video. I talk about it there.
I can't believe you outranked me.
Okay, what do I have? Am I missing... I have all the blueprints. I'm missing one audio log, okay. Probably will not find it. I do not want this weapon, though.
We got company. Time to play hide and seek.
Decepticons?
Cloaking works best if you keep quiet.
I do find it interesting that Cliff Jumper is the character in this game with the cloak ability, but in multiplayer, Jazz's chassis is called Ghost.
Take him out.
For some reason. Whatever.
The new cloaker's working great.
Question, I never did a free comic book day before, which I plan to do ballpoint. Do I just go and grab it, or do they have to buy something? I think it depends on the retailer. I have gone to, I say my local comic book store. There's nothing, I live pretty far out in the middle of nowhere. But I was able to get it without purchasing anything. But just go and ask. I'm sure it would be easy enough. They'll let you know.
We'll find Grimlock faster if we split up.
Keep your
Joined what?
See you inside.
Yo, what's up, dog? I see you're playing Fall.
Oh, yep. Fall of Peak. What's up, Slog? Yes, sir. It's crazy how Troy Baker can do... okay. Honestly, I don't know which Jazz I like more, this or Skybound. Ever since 2007, he's been one of my favorites. Yeah, Skybound Jazz obviously has not had a lot of time to shine. I've seen a lot of people be upset by that. Characters like Jazz in Skybound are obviously, in Trailbreaker, are secondary characters. This is not IDW where every character can have a moment to shine. I'm okay with that because it, you know, it becomes so complicated. I'm sure we'll see more of him in the future once Daniel Warren Johnson is done doing the series. But we just have to keep in mind that this is not IDW where they have a million episodes to... Episodes. I keep saying episodes. Issues to cover all these characters. If I had to choose between this and Skybound, I would choose this one just because there's more of him. Skybound Jazz hasn't had a lot to shine, so it doesn't feel right to pick one. Troy Baker voice Jazz, Jetfire, Kickback, Nolan North voice Red Bumblebee, Brawl, Bruticus, Travis Williams voice Slug, Sideswipe. Yeah, they did a lot of doubling up when it comes to this. Daniel Warren Johnson said it's also hard to write Jazz since he's running out of music puns. Yes, yeah, he is. Should TF conserve a simplified aesthetic akin to G1, or should it be more adventurous like in the Cybertron cartoons? Both. It should do both. That's what's great about Transformers. It's not tied down to one continuity, and it can do both. And that's what I absolutely love about Transformers. Let it do both. Have it all. We're going to upgrade this fully, even though we're trying to save our dollars.
Sea of rust?
Coming from somewhere. Grimlock knew something we didn't. Find a way upstairs.
It is disrespectful. People call him Red Bumblebee all the time because that's all he was when the toy first came out. But then people like to undo it by calling Bumblebee Yellow Cliffjumper. Although technically there is a yellow Cliffjumper in Hubcap, because Hubcap was a Cliffjumper recolor. This is getting too complicated.
I don't like it. Just like that, Starscream takes control. Now, Autobots! Where did they come from?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Threat level elevated.
Oh, threat level elevated. Oh well. Whatever. We'll just fight him. Technically, we're supposed to stealth, but I wanted to use the Corruptor. Such a cool weapon. There is a possibility of it being public at some point. Yeah, not at the moment. Again, I'm not interested currently in running a huge Discord server. If you want a great Transformers Discord server that I'm also in, Swizz Prime has a public one. I would highly recommend joining that. I lurk around in there. I talk every now and then. I don't feel the need to take the time to have my own and run it like a full-time job when Swizz is already doing the work for me. So, if you are looking for a public place like on Discord to talk about Transformers, Swizz Prime has a fantastic Discord that I would highly recommend. That's why mine is not public. Just because somebody else is already doing it. TFI Creations also has a great one that's public. I'm trying to think of who else. There's a great one that's Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron based by Barry's. Barry's recently did his final video on YouTube, the history of Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron. So, highly recommend. He's got a Discord too. So there you can see that there's already quite a bit of Discords out there. I cannot offer much, anything really that different when it comes to a new Discord. Besides, then you're going to have like 20 different Discords you have to be in. Nobody wants that.
Looks pretty rusty, Cliff. Don't make a scene.
It'll be fine.
If it could have any comic writer take over Transformers after doing what Johnson has done, who do you think it should be? 100%. I'm looking. Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire. One of my favorite all-time comic writers. Most notably that he's done, that most people probably know, is his Moon Knight run, which is what the Moon Knight TV show was loosely based off of. But he's done a lot of other great things like The Nobody, which is a comic that I need to read. Very excited to read that one. But Lemire is fantastic. Ah! There we go, guys. Join Carnage Creations Discord. Again, another fantastic creator. Good friends with. He's got one, it sounds like. Carnage, plug your stuff, please. Carnage has been doing amazing reviews on some figures lately. He's making me want to buy figures that I don't even need, like Masterpiece Genrai. Carnage, I'm holding you accountable. I'm going to send you the bill. I don't even know Genrai very well, and I'm over here wanting to buy this figure. Jeff Lemire has an Absolute Flash on the way. He has Absolute Flash on the way? Okay, I may have to read that. I did not realize that he was going to be a part of the Absolute team. My goodness. Carnage, you can, I don't know if my chat allows it, but if it does, you can post your Discord link if you want. I might have links turned off from commenters, just, you know, for safetyness. But if you can, feel free to. Diaclona also has a Discord. It is, I think, $1 to join, but I've heard it's a great place. She's been doing some great work too. Again, she's the guest coming up next on Delta Base next week. Delta Base is a fun project I really love being a part of. I love doing it. How did they see me? Oh. Again, guys, not paying attention. Love doing Delta Base. It's kind of actually the original reason why I wanted to make content on YouTube, was to talk to these Transformers creators. But nobody would want to be on a show like Delta Base if they didn't know who was hosting it. So I had to make some other content first. Even if Delta Base episodes don't do great views, I still love doing it. It's not about the money, Spider-Man. Was he still down there? Do I still have to go kill him? Oh, yeah. Poor guy. I've been playing so much Payday 3, I'm getting used to stealth. Just had to add lore to Delta Base. So it's kind of funny when I finally decided to have a Discord for channel members. I immediately was like, the Discord channel should be called Delta Base, but I'm already using Delta Base as the show name, so it's not going to happen. Should have thought of that ahead of time. Oh well. Lots of money in these tombs.
Must be where they kept any cosmic souvenirs. The rust hasn't been kind.
Love this idea of these long lost Cybertronian treasure seekers that just have these tombs full of stuff. Really gives kind of an extra feeling to Cybertron that there was a society before these games, which I really love. Oh, look at that! There's the audio log I'm missing.
Audio logs. That's all we hear about these days. Since the general evac order went round, all good Cybertronians are expected to record their impressions, recollections, and insights as to how we got into this calamitous mess. For the data net. For posterity. What do I know about posterity? You want my expert opinion for your audio logs? Here it is.
Wonderful section right here too with the star map.
Once he knows you're there, your grease is pretty much fried.
The way they talk about stuff is it seems like they're super ancient. If they wiped out by the cosmic rust, and the Autobots would have to be alive to see the space bridge going down. It's true. You don't show Delta Wife the RC photo in the room you unlocked. You're right, I didn't. I keep forgetting that's actually in this game.
Jazz, I've stumbled into some kind of ancient map room of the universe.
Has somebody transcribed these other planets to see what they say? I'm sure somebody has.
No.
And there's Earth. What's your greatest hot take, Delta? Oh, man. I don't know if it's my greatest hot take, but
You suppose the ancients visited all these places?
Transformers Prime is not as great as we remember it to be. And I love Transformers Prime. I love it, and I'll defend it till the day I die. It's extremely important to me. But it is not as great as us diehard fans remember it to be. Still love it. Still think it's one of the best Transformers pieces of media out there. But I love how he says gas cannon is not available, but here it is. But that does not mean it has some issues. I'm gonna have to unsubscribe. I understand, Slonk. I understand. I still think it's fantastic, and leagues better than a lot of what we have. But the reason this is coming up is because the people like myself who love it, because we love it so much, we refuse to accept any issues that it has, and it does have issues. Perhaps there'll have to be a video. You're too pure for this world if that's your greatest hot take. You want another hot take? Armada is also not the greatest piece of Transformers media out there. If you want a real hot take, go talk to Diaclona. She hates Armada. I don't hate Armada. How'd you feel about Ironhide joining the Energon universe? Honestly think he could essentially Autobots Wolverine because of him being a roughed up war veteran. I wonder if he's still back on Cybertron or if he didn't make it. Well, he was probably on the Ark. I love Smoke Screen in Prime, but I don't really love how RC was a bit of a douche to him. I would agree. Cliffjumper getting off that fast? Yeah. Beast Wars is. Carnage Creations, if you're saying Beast Wars is the greatest Transformer show ever, then I would agree. It is. I never liked or have been interested in any of the Cybertron trilogy. I love Transformers, if you're talking about the Unicron trilogy. I love Transformers Cybertron because it's goofy dumb. It really is. You know, space colonialism. I love it. It's dumb. If you're going to watch Transformers Cybertron, watch it on YouTube on 2x speed. It's hilarious. They talk so fast and it's hilarious. Did he really not just see that? That was hilarious. Yeah, Unicron trilogy. You're good. Watch Cybertron on 2x speed online. It's hilarious. They talk so fast. I love it. Okay, these are just hidey holes. Give me your hot takes and I'll answer them. He was on the Ark. Ironhide is one of the Comatose. Okay, I was pretty sure he was on the Ark. My greatest hot take, I think Bay vs. Optimus 1 through 4 is better than IDW Optus only by characterization. So that's definitely a very warm take. I'm not surprised by it though, and that's because IDW Optimus is very complicated. And because there is more of IDW Optimus than there is of Bayverse, there is more to criticize. Also more to love. But there's more room for error because there's physically, literally, just more of him. Where is this guy? And so that's why it's easier. So I can see where you're coming with that hot take. Unicron Trilly was a vibe that you kind of had to be there for. Yeah, I agree. It's very early 2000s. Wacky. People do love Armada, though. I think people love Armada, though, because it's the closest to a Transformers anime outside of an actual Transformers anime. But I have very little knowledge on anime and anything about anime, so I cannot speak to that. I enjoy Armada, though. Energon, Revenge of the Fallen is my favorite movie. That's... I don't know if that I would say that's a hot take, JS, but it's... Now, if you said, like, Last Night or Age of Extinction was your favorite movie, we're going to have a problem. I don't like that he annexed Earth against their will so much. Freedom is the right. Yeah, later version of IDW Optimus is really rough. I have a video on it. I have a video on it about Optimus Prime being the 13th Prime. That was a really important video to me to make because I didn't like it. But again, I talk about that in that video. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember my feelings. So you just have to go watch the video. Me plugging my own channel on my own channel. The most Delta Tryon thing you could ever do. Break that cup. Can you not break that cup? Okay. Transformers Age of Consent is definitely a film that exists. Yes, it's definitely yes. I can't really think of a hot take, but I believe Fall Cybertron and Skybound are the best iterations of Transformers. I would say Skybound. Skybound, in my opinion, is the best Transformers comic. And I believe it is in the top 3 of best iterations. What else is in the best iterations of Transformers? I have not yet personally decided.
Yes, sir.
But I know Skybound is up in there. The reason I say I haven't decided is because I would really have to think through all the iterations of Transformers so I don't accidentally miss one. Don't get me started on that whole annexing Earth. Go nuts. The Dinobots deserve a better movie than Age of Consent. I'm glad TF Skybound comic is my introduction to comics in general. It actually was for me too. Again, I did not grow up reading superhero comics. The only comics I grew up reading were Bionicle comics. If you did not know, I used to have a Bionicle channel almost 10 years ago. It did all right. You know, I had a few videos that hit like 20,000 views, which was a lot back then. I was a biotuber. And I want you to know I cannot stand that term. I cannot stand it. But anyways, really like to read the Marvel run. I'm excited for those omnibus books. I am too. I was a little concerned that they're going to be trade paperbacks and they're going to be like 300 plus pages. That's a little scary, but hot take, TF Prime, RC, and Bulkhead should have died at the end of Season 2. Cliffjumper was killed to set the stakes of the show, yet they didn't really permanently kill off any other Autobots. I agree that somebody else should have died. I don't know about it being... I could see Bulkhead dying. I think Bulkhead's death would have been much more impactful than RC's. For me, at least. Skybound Transformers comics are the first comics I've ever read. Except Sea Spray, of course. Hot take, Spidey, but reasonable. I would agree. What other robot-related movies do you watch besides Transformers? You said it right there, the Pacific Rim. I enjoyed the first Pacific Rim movie. The second one I did not enjoy, but that's the way it goes. Let's get this guy real quick. Don't turn around. Nope. What? How did you see me? Oh, I did not realize I had the glass cannon on. I thought I had the other thing on. Can I put Sir off to sleep? Oh, I put him to sleep. That's fine. I've had some people say that that's what they're excited for the audiobook, that they can fall asleep to it. I did a sleep video. Remember, I did a recap of Volume 1 of Transformers Skybound. I don't really know if there was much of a... If many people were asking for a Volume 2 sleep video. Again, it's not about the views, but the video had really low traction, and so I didn't feel the need to do another one. Maybe people are wanting it. I don't know. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right, Slonk. It didn't. I believe there's a comic and maybe an anime on it, but you're right. There was never a second Pacific Rim movie. You're right. Odd question. Are you of the crowd that, like, when modern day military can't go against Transformers, or the crowd like the idea of humans evolving their technology to counter the Transformers? I don't think I really have an opinion either way. I'm fine with either one. Metal Carbots. My opinions on that would have to be its own video in its own right. Many opinions. That doesn't mean I am going to make a video on it. I cannot promise any videos at this time. There's something down here I forget. There's little bots hiding. Or is this just another... Ooh, more scanners.
We gotta move. That rust storm is picking up again.
What's your favorite Seeker of the main six? Probably Thundercracker. Thundercracker is my favorite. Not just because of his Skybound stuff. I love Thundercracker in War for Cybertron, and I enjoyed him in IDW a lot. So the Skybound stuff just makes me love him even more. I don't think it's a hot take that Jazz should have survived in the 07. He should have. We should have. They just replaced him with Sideswipe. I mean, I like Sideswipe, but come on, come on.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm coming.
There's something over here. Starscream is your favorite girl failure. Explain that to me. Somi, explain that to me. Do you have any scolding takes on this extremely popular franchise? I think GoBots is fine. I don't have any hot takes against GoBots. It is what it is. Trade transform so I can kill this guy.
Surprise.
What? How did you... You didn't hear that. My goodness. 4 blasts from the glass cannon? Okay, 5 blasts from the... 5 blasts from the glass cannon gets him down. Wait, how is Jazz cliffing? They don't have lungs. Guys, we need a lore video. Don't have lungs. Hot take, Paramount and Hasbro deliberately scuffed the writing of Earthspark Season 2 and 3 so they can just move on to Cyberworld. I'm not... Well, look at that. I'm not paying attention. I would not put it past them for that possibly being the case. That they wanted Earthspark to wrap up so they could move on to Cyberworld. We've seen it before, like with Transformers Prime, when Hasbro said, "Hey, this needs to wrap up so we can move on to something else. So we're gonna cut you off." Same with Transformers Animated. I would not be surprised. Obviously, it was to cut costs. Not surprised. Wish more people appreciated Cyberverse. Yes, Season 1 was slop, but it genuinely... I agree. Cyberverse is great. Season 2 and 3 and onward is really, really good. Season 1 is a little rough. I think if you're a Transformers fan that already knows a lot, Season 1 is a skip. But Season 2, 3, and onward is really, really good. He got dust air in his intakes, and it's clogging up his heat sink. Alright, Asomi, you got me. I don't need to do the 2-hour essay video on it now. But yes, Cyberverse is underappreciated, and I think a little overhated. Why would you like to play this on PC instead of the PS? I would like to play this on PC for the higher frame rate. I don't necessarily need the reshade mod, but also then to be able to access the multiplayer. I really miss the multiplayer. Like, severely. That's why I would like to play it on PC. Same with War for Cybertron. I don't own a copy of War for Cybertron. I could get a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360 and try and buy a copy. I'm going backwards. But it would be... Those games are like $170, which is not worth the price to get a disc copy. Which you can play... Who spotted me there? You can play multiplayer on console, like PS3. But you cannot play this multiplayer on console, sadly. The PlayStation 4 version, which I'm playing on the PlayStation 5, does not work. So, that's why, mainly for multiplayer and escalation. Spidey, I know you've commented this, so I'll read it. Kept thinking of this idea in where Starscream takes over Earth, and instead of people fearing him, they cheer him instead, cause Starscream to somehow be better leader than most of them. That's actually a really good idea. Kind of feeding into Starscream's ego almost makes him not so tyrannical. They really scuffed Drift in Cyberverse. They could have done so much with that twist. It was not giving Hot Rod a new paint job. Yeah, I will say, Cyberverse is really great at taking some really deep-cut characters, like Drift and Rack and Ruin. But that doesn't mean that they have a lot of time to develop those characters. They're kind of, hey, they're here, we acknowledge them. So, you have to keep that in mind about Cyberverse. I've hopped on the multiplayer on PC, and it's so much fun. I know, Slonk, I really need to... Brush Ranger's always telling me about it. I really need to get to it. Which female TF characters do you like the most? I'm gonna say Alita, just because right now, on the internet, if you want a video to do really good views, you just have to say that you like Alita, because everybody on the internet hates Alita. Swizz Prime and I did a test with some YouTube shorts. All we did was title the shorts, Alita 1 is the greatest character ever. And it got so many views and so many comments, people being so upset. People really hate Alita 1 in the comics. Like, genuinely despise her. Which is sad, because I think she's one of the... Maybe not one of the best, but one of the better written characters in the comics. Alita 1 haters will not survive the winter. They're just hating on her. I need a better weapon for this guy. So I'm just going to stand back here and shoot him. Let's see here. Good news. It was going to be free comic book day when it happens in May. Gotcha. In May.
Or March.
Oh, you're asking. You'd have to look it up. I don't recall if it's in May or March. Hot Rod and Soundwave was a great duo in Cyberverse. Jazz becomes Spider-Man. Soundwave in Cyberverse is peak. Yes, all around. Design, my personal favorite. And his arc was so peak. Absolutely. The thing is that you're supposed to hate her. Yes, Slonk, you're right. You're supposed to hate Alita. She is written well because she is an antagonist. She's not a villain. She's an antagonist Optimus Prime. You are supposed to dislike her. The problem is that people look at Alita and say, we hate her because she's a poorly written character, and she's dumb. She's not poorly written. She's written well. I'm not paying attention. She's written well because you're supposed to hate her. And they did a good job at it. I think people get that mixed up. When a character is written well to where you hate them versus they're just not a good character.
No. Let me have it.
Shockwave done dirty in Cyberverse. Yeah. I heard some people saying Shockwave was done dirty in Transformers 1 because he wasn't the cold, maniacal, psychopath killer. I would disagree. Transformers 1 is a movie targeted towards families. We don't need psychopath killer Shockwave right away. I like the fact that he got punched in his eye. Did you feel bad for Shockwave when he got punched in his eye? No, what do you mean no? He got punched in his eye. He was just trying to chill. And Alita, everybody hates Alita. No, I hate Alita. She's a bad character. She's a horrible character. No, man, really, the reason Alita was pissed off? Optimus, because she lost. Okay, all right, Spidey. Careful there, Spidey. Bummer that is, other mini-cons didn't show up, but it was, that we got Laserbeak. That's true. I loved Alita in TF1. Shockwave isn't supposed to be cold and calculating. That's what Soundwave is for. He's supposed to be crazy scientist. Thank you, Slonk. I also saw people criticizing Skybound Shockwave for saying things like, you whelp, and being, giddy and excited to torture people. People like, he should be cold and calculating and have no emotions. I'm like, that's kind of Soundwave's thing. Soundwave's, the straight man. Let Shockwave be crazy and evil and weird and disgusting. We don't need Psychos in TF1. We need Tarn in Transformers 1 prequel. I don't know about that. Optimus Megatron. That's the real relationship. I remember this section of this level here is always, if I'm not paying attention, is a little challenging. So I'm just gonna try and get rid of these snipers while I'm here by the Teletran 1 station. From what I remember, the G1 cartoon Shockwave is also a goober. He is 100% a goober. Remember in his episode on Cybertron, when Alita's forces come up, he literally says, females, because he doesn't think female Cybertronians exist anymore. He's totally a goober. Let Shockwave be a goober. Is Mrs. Tryon okay reading the comments? Are you okay reading the comments?
These?
Yeah, they're asking.
Am I okay reading them?
Yeah, is Mrs. Tryon okay reading the comments? Sir Off wants to know. Are you okay?
Yeah, I can't understand.
Oh, she can't understand all of them. Female Autobots. Yeah. Of course Shockwave would be the type of person to see a woman and call them a female. Of course he would. Because he doesn't know. Oh, Shockwave. What? You what? Yeah, female. Okay. He randomly grow a second hand from a split second before suddenly gaining his gun back again. I do like that Daniel Warren Johnson is doing the whole mass shifting thing, and he doesn't feel the need to explain it. I don't need mass shifting to be explained. They're Transformers. Let them be goofy. Let them be cool. I don't... You know what I'm talking. I don't need everything to be explained.
I agree with Ultra Green's comment on Alita 1.
Ultra Green. Where was Ultra Green?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Ultra Green?
They say, I understand why people don't like Alita 1 and Skybound, but people need to understand being a leader is very burdened, and you have to make tough decisions to win a war. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it was back up there. Absolutely, 100%. And we even see recently with Alita 1 in the most recent issue that she's struggling. She's not just, I hate Optimus Prime because I hate Optimus Prime. She's struggling, and she doesn't agree with the decision that he has made. And the decision he has made is a really tough one. Nobody wants to be in that position. I agree. Alita needs therapy. Next video, maybe? Shockwave being able to turn on or off emotions, like in his IDW Spotlight, which conserves his calculating persona and leaves room for his silliness and questionable. That's a good idea. Yeah, that works here. I believe the Fall Cybertron developer forgot about Megatron's Dark Energon powers. Yeah, I think here... I don't think they forgot about Dark Energon. I think what ended up happening was... and this is just my guess, when War for Cybertron was being made, again, the aligned continuity was starting to take shape. Everybody had a part to play, and Hasbro was like, hey, we want these things to line up as long as they match the squint test. They officially said the squint test, you squint your eyes, and they kind of line up. So they probably went to High Moon Studios and said, hey, Dark Energon's a huge part of Transformers Prime Season 1. We need you to introduce Dark Energon. They do that. High Moon Studio does their job. They introduce Dark Energon. Then they get to follow Cybertron. And by that point, the aligned continuity is just not working. Everything's falling apart. And so it's probably not required of them that they keep Dark Energon a main staple of the game. And so they're like, hey, let's just cut this and let's just make the game that we want to make. That's my guess as to what happened. IDW I don't like is how they wanted to be taken seriously, and so they had to give an origin for literally every... Yeah, IDW is impressive for its 19-year run, but I think there's a little more bad than there is good. Maybe I'd say more bad than there is great. Megatron got off the drugs. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him too. If you're on drugs, be like Megatron, get off of it. A leader needs therapy. Brushed Ranger coming back in with the Delta lore. We're Skybound, they're just alien robots. Can't do fantastical things. Chat, with all these therapy videos, I think Delta is actually wrong. That's actually where the therapy videos originally were intended to go. The most recent one did not do great. I think mainly just because it was mainly covering an older issue. But I don't want to make therapy videos off of characters that I really don't have a lot of advice to give. And I'm not a licensed therapist, so... When my advice is, if you have somebody who's gone through a great loss, just be there for them. That's really kind of all I can give you. Go see an actual therapist, please, if you need help. Megatron addicted to Dark Energon. He was. Let's not forget about Furman. Apparently could never comprehend the fact that female transform... Okay. Hasomi, you're right. Spotlight RC, one of the worst decisions overall, I think, in IDW and Transformers. I love Simon Furman. I think he's done he's a legend in the Transformers community. The idea of a female Transformer does not need to be explained. It does not need to be explained. They are Transformers. Whatever we want them to be, they can be. I don't need a reason for why there are genders for Transformers. There are male and female ones, and ones that are neither because we say there are. I don't need a reason. I appreciate he was trying something, but I think you guys know my thoughts on Spotlight RC. IDW has my favorite story in fiction, More Than Meets the Eye, Lost Light. I do agree that More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light is some really good stories. There's also there's also a lot of stinkers in IDW. Don't forget. A lot of stinkers. And IDW 2 gets a bad rap, but there's some good stuff in IDW 2.0. The Valentine's Day special, with Cosmos. Everybody loves that. Never forget that. Alright, there's a lot of chat going on, but I do actually have to focus on this part of the mission. No, you don't have to read chat. You're good. I just have to focus on this. Otherwise, I'm going to read chat and I'm going to die over and over. And then the dogs are attacking. Okay, I do also wish if there was a remaster or re-release of this, make it so that the magnetism of the auto-aim is not so strong. That's probably not the right terminology, but you know what I'm talking about. When I hover over an enemy, I don't want it to magnetize to him so much. I want to have free range. I know I could turn up the sensitivity, but that's not really my issue. Okay, low ammo. Do I watch Meat Canyon? I have seen Meat Canyon stuff. I'm not, I don't watch his stuff when it comes out, but when YouTube recommends a Meat Canyon video, I do watch it. I watch his animations. I don't watch his, I know he's got a channel where he does, like, I don't know if it's daily uploads, but he'll talk about stuff. I don't watch that. I just don't have the time. Did I put the bomb on here yet? Oh, there's still got blood. That's why.
You're gonna have to set the timer off manually. You're gonna need to plant a dead pack on the bomb. On it!
That's a great question, Brushed. I hope it doesn't become like IDW. Daniel Warren Johnson has been very clear in his letters of Matrix ship area at the end of the comics that that he doesn't want there to be a ton of different Transformers running comics. That's going to confuse people what to read. And I appreciate that. Because when people ask me where do I start reading IDW, it's a really complicated answer. But when they ask where do I start with Skybound, you tell them issue 1. And that's the beauty of it. So I hope it doesn't become complicated like that. I hope we just continue going on. I hope we get to Transformers, you know, number 100. Why not? Why complicate it? You can read Void Rivals and G.I. Joe if you want. Or not. I think you can have a little bit of both. I think you can have energy and, you know, Bolt. Johnny Flash is back. I know, he was streaming today. It was a perfect day for me to do a random Fall of Cybertron stream for Johnny Flash. I need to reach out to Johnny Flash and see if he'll be on Delta Base. If something goes on too long, it becomes harder and harder to get into. And I agree. I do firmly believe that Transformers Skybound will need to end at some point, and it'll be hard because as fans, we'll want it to go on forever and have more and more and more, but it will need to end at some point. And I hope that they have the gall to end it at a good point. I really do. But we'll see.
Is he functional?
He's pretty messed up in a stasis lock.
IDW, like 90s Spider-Man, the Clone Saga. Oh, yeah, the Clone Saga Spidey. Again, didn't read Marvel Comics, but I'm aware of the Clone Saga. Comics can go on for a really long time, though. Yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson has talked about that, too. People said, hey, they were really upset that Ratchet died so early in Skybound. And he said that he understood the reason he did that was because he needed an important character to die to show the stakes of the comic. And then he also did mention that it's comics, so anything can happen. And when the next writer comes in, maybe they'll bring him back. And again, that's comics. Nobody ever dies in comics. Or even movies these days. They can always come back. Does a character coming back in that capacity ruin their sacrifice? I don't know if it if it's... I don't think it automatically ruins the sacrifice. It depends on how it's done. It depends if it's done right away, or if there's time for that character to rest. You know, it all depends. Shout out to the reason Slug is dead due to the High Moon deeming it too hard to animate his neck consistently. That makes a lot of sense. I do like the fact that people have modded in his robot mode to be played in PC. Nobody's ever really gone. Yep. I hope Skybound does not overstay its welcome. I agree. I agree. If it can have a definitive ending, it's always nice to have a definitive ending rather than having to say, this is good, but don't read it past this point.
Guys, don't be a fool. Remember what they did to Grimlock.
I know, but I need an exit. Wait, this could be my
I'm fine having all that stuff as long as it's not used gratuitously. Again, IDW, I'm keep going back to IDW. IDW, I feel like, had a tendency to make everything really gory and bleak. I mean, don't get me wrong. Skybound is brutal, but it's like wrestling brutal. You know, it's like, whoa, he just did what is it called? The tombstone move? Is that what it's called? My wife is a WWE wrestling watcher, so she knows better. I like that type of brutality. It's almost a silly type of brutality. While IDW had more of a, like, we're going to rip his brain out and put it in his mouth to teach him a lesson. And then we're going to gouge his eyes out and make him, you know, it was too much. It was like, okay, what are we in high school trying to be cool?
Must be in trouble. I gotta move.
So, I'm fine with the brutality of IDW. or with of Skybound. But the cruelty of IDW is a bit much, I think, in my mind. Whoa, I fell. Oh, he pulls you back up. I didn't know you could do that. Look at that slow motion flick. Never seen a lot of gameplay of these games, just seeing it now, hit in the face that 2000s gritty aesthetic. Yeah, War for Cybertron definitely has the gray aesthetic. This one's a little bit better. This one's a little bit better. Welcome on, Makuta. Makuta of Salt. I mean, at what point do you consider it's reasonable they died? Know if you're okay with those types of brutality. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy TFP because it had a good ending, in my opinion, and didn't mess up with Predacons Rising. IDW, especially Roach, found a new creative ways to do body horror, which I love, but not many like. Yeah, I agree. It is very body horror. Skybound, I think they need to end the series after they fight Unicron, the Chaos Bringer. Seems inevitable to the series. Possible that's how IDW ended. Really hoping Cosmos joins Skybound and stays around for a while. Brush, do you want a Cosmos standalone comic series, though? Delta thoughts on Skybound Transformers lasting for only a decade. That's almost sounds almost too long. How long has Skybound been going on, actually? Because it's only monthly. And we're on 17. Okay, that actually sounds fine. Yeah, I was going to say 5 years, but 5 to maybe 8 years. Great background noise for my review editing. Thank you, Carnage. It's always nice to have something in the background while you edit. Hopefully the sound of me dying is not too loud. I do Delta. IDW was going to do a spotlight for Cosmos, but it got canned. But he got the Valentine's Day special. The living bombs were a bridge too far. I got they want to make the con seem brutal, but damn. Yeah, I would say that even for the Siege show, you know, this whole we're going to put a bomb inside your brain, and if we don't like what you do, we'll blow you up. It was like, okay. And then it's never really used. I said that I don't even really want to start the conversation about the Siege trilogy, the War for Cybertron trilogy. I might do a video on it at some point. I don't think so. I think everything that has been said, that can be said, has been said. My dog's messing with my hat. I'm just checking on him. I generally wonder if there's a story after Unicron is defeated in Transformers media beyond expanding the universe. Grapple edge. Wait, the Transformers can transform? Oh man. If you read the IDW comics, then no, they don't. That is something about IDW is the later issues. They almost never transformed. She truly was just kind of said stuff and brought up ideas from other shows' comics and never elaborated. Yep, I would agree. I would agree on the simplest level that's the Siege trilogy. Why can I not move? There we go. It just kind of used ideas that are good from other continuities and didn't really tie them together that well. But anyways. I am Jazz. It's been Jazz this whole time. Cliff jumper? No, look, I'm Jazz right now. With a grappling hook. I'm gonna have to get the sniper rifle here. Dumb Jake is in here. I'm in a lift right now and can't listen. What is he saying? He's saying, guys, tell Dumb Jake that I'm saying to go subscribe to Dumb Jake. Chat, please tell him I'm telling you guys to subscribe. You should subscribe to Dumb Jake if you're not. How are you not subscribed to Dumb Jake? Friend of the channel, Dumb Jake. What? How did that not hit him? The crosshair's not red. There he is. Oh, there he's gone.
Cliff jumper, I'm surrounded. You see an exit?
I see you in some kind of control booth nearby.
Okay, that one's not working for some reason. For some reason, I can't get him. Every game during this time period had to have a grappling hook, and I'm all for it. Even games after it in the 2016 area. 2016. Oh wait, no, because Doom Eternal had the grappling hook, not Doom. Oh, and Tomb Raider had it. Uncharted 4 had a grappling hook. Who didn't have a grappling hook at the time? What is Spidey saying?
Hot take, I'm glad
Oh, Spidey. Spidey, you're just trying to mess with Mrs. Trine at this point. Last thing about IDW body horror, but the stuff that worked most for me was the brutal tech in the records, the noise maze. I would agree. I feel like the Records saga was a good place for that type of content. It was. Yeah, Spidey messes with everybody. That's true. Every game has to have a grappling hook, even till this day. I like it. I'm all for grappling hooks. They're fun.
You learn anything?
I can make a bridge if I drop that rig. The gears are changed.
Figure it out, Sir Rust-a-Lot.
Hey, show some respect.
The title War of Cybertron.
The Siege trilogy, this is a hot take. The Siege trilogy makes you want to cry. Explain to me, I'm not saying you're wrong. Slonk, explain to me your thoughts on the War for Cybertron trilogy. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know, because it sounds like you're a little more forgiving of it than most people are. And that's interesting to me. We listen and we don't judge. That's the trend right now, guys. Don't start what? Don't start. I didn't start that stupid trend. Somebody else did.
No, don't start it on here.
Where is this guy?
He said, oh no, I'm not forgiving. LOL, I hate it.
Oh, he hates it. Okay. Good, good. Everybody clap for Slonk. Everybody clap for Slonk. I don't... Here's the thing. And I know I should just make a video on this at some point, but it'd be a really long video. When the Siege trilogy came out, I was very disappointed with it. I was really disappointed. Good friend of mine, channel member, Bob Doctor 27, he was not into Transformers for a very long time. Siege came out during the pandemic, and he watched that as his comfort show, and he bought almost every single Transformers figure from Siege. And they're good toys. They're really good toys. And because of that, he loves the trilogy. So that I understand. But as a much more long-time Transformers fan, it was disappointing. So I understand if people like it, because it's their nostalgia. But it is not my nostalgia.
Okay, you got your chat started on that stupid, you listen and
We don't judge. Well, there's worse trends I could have gotten them started on. Mrs. Tryon is upset at me for getting you guys on the listen and we don't judge. Question is, did Dumb Jake get on it? He's probably still in his Uber. Dumb Jake, you're in your Uber or your whatever rideshare. Where are you coming from?
The reason I absolutely despise Siege is because FOC and WFC are extremely special to me, so when it came out, I was like, what the actual...
I would agree when it comes to the naming convention, it was a little disappointing that when I say WFC now, people are like, oh, in the community, they're like, oh yeah, the show. And I'm like, no, not the show. I mean, War for Cybertron is, you know, I don't want to say a common enough, but a good enough title that I am surprised they had not used it again at another time.
We listen and we don't judge. IDW Star Saber is good.
Was that Swizz?
No,
Oh, I thought Swizz Prime was here. IDW Star Saber was like a religious zealot. What are you talking about? That's like saying Nova Prime was a good guy, and he was literally all about genocide. Well, really, he was more of a fascist. Zeta Prime was the genocide guy.
Bullets one, bad guy zero.
I'm not judging you at all. Chromia is bad. She a baddie. What are you talking about? Absolutely, I ain't judging you for that. Iron Knight is leggy.
Door is sealed. Don't think my grapple's an option.
Let me try a couple switches here.
Cliff, stay alert. Some intruders got in.
Yeah, I agree. It was a little disappointing to see how they used Nightbird in Rise of the Beast. I watched Rise of the Beast actually again for the second time. I watched it when it came out and never again. Actually, just a few weeks ago, and I enjoy it more than I originally did. It's not the best, but it's a fun movie. I think I was a little too hard on it when it originally came out.
Pretty long stream, by the way.
Oh, pretty long stream. How long have we been going? Oh man, we're almost at 3 hours. We're probably gonna. I'm trying to remember how long this level goes. Rise of the Mid. Yeah, it's very fine. We listen and we don't judge. Daily reminder that RC, Alita 1, and Chromia were in Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah, we know. Yeah. Rise of the Beast is good. Not great, but good. I am fine. Yeah, I would not argue on that. Yeah, I feel like the human aspect of Rise of the Beast was a little funky for me. When it started, I was like, okay, yeah, I get these characters. I like these characters. I don't use the scatter blast a lot. I understand these characters. I like them. But as the movie went along, it was like, I don't really feel connected to these characters anymore. Let's go with the scrap maker here. Okay, here we go. I never upgraded this gun, so.
Careful, Jazz. There's a whole squadron of nasties on the other side of that door.
That's what they're saying to each other right now.
Right. Rise of the Beast is a weird movie. It feels very cut up. I would also agree with you there. It does feel disjointed, like they had something else in mind, and what we got is just kind of... It felt like, maybe not the leftovers of another movie, but like it was supposed to be something else. I agree. It's possible. Again, I think here's the reason why I disliked Rise of the Beast so much when it first came out. It's because I enjoyed Bumblebee so much, and to see that they didn't just do a straight sequel, and that some of the Bumblebee movie things were kind of dropped so that it would more line up with the Michael Bay movies, was what was so upsetting to me. So, and I hate to blame that on Rise of the Beast, because it's obviously not the movie's fault. You know, it's the producers of the film that want that and make those decisions. And so that's why it was tough for me. I thought this room had I thought you could grab grenades in this room.
You try to be this slow, or does it come naturally?
I love the banter that these guys yell at you. You know what it... You know what, if it means anything, Rise of the Beast is still only the second worst piece of media from that time with Beast Warriors in it looking your Kingdom show. Yeah. Yo, Delta, when will we get a video on which VAs you like to sound in your head for the characters in Skybound? That's actually a good idea. I'll probably do that on stream sometime. Optimus is Peter Cullen. I mean, always. Her coming out of the theater after getting the chance to watch Rise of the Beast early and being so hyped. The next morning, I was awake and said, "Damn, dude, that was mid as hell." I can feel you, Sloan. I can feel you. Rise of the Beast sets up its story, and it just doesn't give way to any of the elements for a good finish. Rise of the Beast felt like Toby's Spider-Man 3, too much cluttered. I need a girl like Arachnid from TF1. Someone that is loyal. Yeah. Arachnid, yeah, sure. I mean, Arachnid... Oh, from TF1. Absolutely, Arachnid is loyal. I thought you meant from Transformers Prime. I was going to say, hell no. She ain't loyal. She belonged to the streets. No, I don't want that weapon. I'm just thinking of that right now. She belonged to the streets. TFP Arachnid is no good. And she's a good character, you know what I mean. Wow, here comes Swizz Prime out here, Huffer lover. He's probably huffing that Huffer. What are they saying now? Why are you laughing at me? I am being weird because Swizz is in here. I'm being weird because Swizz is in here lying, saying that I like Huffer. Somebody say that? No. I would have to rewatch Cyberverse to remember Megatron from Cyberverse. I would have to rewatch. I can't think of many Megatrons that I hate though, that I like absolutely hate. Even Siege Megatron is fine. Fine. I'm being weird because Swizz is in here. Yeah, well, you know when someone you love shows up, you get nervous around him. You know, someone you have a crush on. That's what's happening, Swizz. Swizz Prime loves Huffer, confirmed. It's not what it looks like. Opinions on Cyberworld? I need to see it when it comes out. Not enough has come out for me to really have an opinion.
This is a very hot take of mine, but the Transformer but TF and by extension the community should be more open to different VAs for Optimus. Yes, Peter Cullen will always be the defiant, whatever.
Definitive. You mean definitive. I agree with you, Sheer. I talk about this in my highly controversial Transformers 1 Orion Pax video. If you don't want to slog through all the controversy of that video, I made a shorter version called Celebrity Voice Casting in Transformers. I agree. I think there should be more people that take on the Optimus Prime role. Give him a different take. That doesn't mean it's always right. The Jake Fushi Optimus, I don't like him. Alan Tudyk, I love Alan Tudyk. He's hilarious. Him as Optimus Prime does not work for me. But, give the character to other people to try it. Peter Cullen will always be the definitive Optimus, but that doesn't mean other people can't. I mean, Gary Chalk. Come on. I mean...
Delta's wife caught him simping for Huffer, got him. What is simping?
Simping is like when you... Guys, I can't believe I'm explaining simping to my wife on stream.
I'm sorry. I'm young, but I am not.
You're not with time. Simping is like when you do anything for a woman. Like you bend over backwards. Like a woman streamer, you send her money, you send her all these gifts. That's simping.
Why don't you do that for me?
We're married. I love you. It's called love, not simp. Not simping. And I don't simp for Huffer. Swizz, name one video that I've made on my channel where I even talk about Huffer. Go ahead and link it. Go ahead, see.
Sir-Off said Delta simping on this try-on.
Delta simping on this try. Well, I mean, she's my wife, so yeah. We cooking Delta. Gary Chalk was Optimus in 6 different shows in the 90s. Gary Chalk, I think, is probably the second best Optimus. Look, the thing about Jake Fushi, if you listen to Jake Fushi's Optimus Prime in Smite. I don't play Smite. It sounds fine. But the voice direction and script that he was given for Siege and Cyberverse, I think just does not work with his voice. I really don't. And I think the reason they got Jake Fushi was because when he became famous on TV for having a really low voice, everybody on the internet and TV was like, oh, that sounds like Optimus Prime. And it really didn't. It was just a deep voice, and people associated that with Optimus Prime. And because of that, Hasbro was like, this guy can do Optimus Prime for way cheaper because we don't have to pay him union rates. So then they didn't get Peter Cullen because he's expensive, as he should be. They got Jake Fushi. They gave him a bad script with the Siege trilogy, and they gave him bad voice direction, and that's why you get Jake Fushi, you know, as Optimus in the Siege trilogy, and it's not that great. And then let's not forget Optimus Primal in Kingdom saying, "We're from your future," with the W's. Delta explaining simping to Delta Y. Oh my god. What have I done? Chat, let's sabotage Delta. David K might be my favorite Optimus besides. David K did a fantastic Optimus too. Animated Optimus is also another great new take for Optimus. A really young take on Optimus. I absolutely loved it. Siege voice direction, voice acting, side-eye. Cyberverse feels so stilted and emotionless, which isn't Optimus. I agree. Rescue Bots Academy is really bad too when it comes to his voice. Still waiting for when Steve Bloom will voice Optimus, because Steve voices everybody. That would be interesting to hear. We are not the Decepticons! Yeah, Optimus screaming that. Well, Delta already handling Kingdom RC for a few hours, and I really kind of hate her. Oh no, Hisomi. Is it just because of the backpack issue? Because I don't... Hot take. I don't mind parts forming. You know why? Because I understand that toys have budgets. I don't mind parts forming. As long as it's not egregious.
Keep moving, Jazz. We need to regroup.
I have Legacy Elita 1, and I actually really dislike the figure. There's another hot take for you. I got it to go alongside my Earthrise Optimus, and I thought, you think this is a trap?
Yeah.
I really do not like the Legacy Elita 1 figure. I don't know why. It just does not work for me. Unsubscribe because I don't like the Elita 1 Legacy figure? Man. I mean, I get it. I don't blame you. I understand. I respect it. Gotta get these guys first. Who would I like to see play Optimus with? Morgan Freeman. Get Morgan Freeman to play Optimus. Come on. And it's not just because he has a deeper voice, but it's because I think Morgan Freeman could embody that type of character of Optimus. The, you know, the space dad that we all need. Favorite Legacy figure? That's hard because, again, I don't collect... Oh, man, it's these... Hold on, it's these shotgun guys that take your health. I don't have a lot of Legacy figures, and so that's kind of a hard one to say. I don't collect full lines like everybody else does. I just kind of collect figures that pop up. Looking over at my shelf right now, my favorite Legacy figure is the Generation 1 Optimus Prime. He's fantastic. He's fantastic. Say that again? He's fantastic. I agree. I agree, Ant. I agree. And if you're going to bring him back, don't bring him back like in G1 where you scar children by making it the hate plague that he has to come back against. Guys, this is going to be the last level we do for tonight. We've been streaming a while. The level's coming to an end here.
Just what I was looking for.
But don't worry, it's not over yet. There's a little more here.
Where's all that cloak and swagger?
Cloaker jammed on that last hit. Just shoot some
We're gonna
cons
jump over
already.
here. Who's not helping me?
It said help Cliff Jump.
Oh, you're telling me not to help Cliffjumper. You hate Cliffjumper for some reason. What? Can you please explain to me why you hate Cliffjumper?
Because you showed me a photo of Bumblebee dying,
Sure.
and you said Cliff Jumper
move it up.
would die.
Yes.
You're going too fast.
Yes.
And that's why I don't like Cliff Jumper.
You hate Cliffjumper because somebody else died.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Your comments are flowing in and out and out.
What do you mean? Well, I'm trying to go down here. Delta jump 3 times. Goodbye, Delta. Oh, good boy, Delta.
Oh, I'm not caught up.
You're not caught up on them. I only stick with Studio Series. JS Productions, I am so excited that they reissued the Ultra Magnus. I have a pre-order in for him. I'm very, very excited. Oh, and I also have a pre-order for Legacy Beachcomber, which will probably end up being one of my favorite figures. I just love Beachcomber. Of course. Slonk's calling you out, Mr. Trial. Well, leave Spidey alone. Spidey can get away with anything. You can attack Slonk if you want. Sorry, Slonk.
Delta TikTok wins.
No Delta TikTok. I have shorts on YouTube. I don't even do them much anymore just because it's a whole nother job to do shorts. What I used to do with my shorts is just take sections of my videos and turn them into shorts, and that would work from time to time. But it really seems like you just need to make completely different content. Hasomi with the $5 again. No, sadly, Delta, I hate this thing because it's not transforming and it makes me angry. I'm sorry, Hasomi. Thank you for the $5, but I'm sorry. Yeah, Ultra Magnus got a reissue. Yep, I got my pre-order in for him. By the way, Mrs. Tryon, I pre-ordered Studio Series Ultra Magnus. He'll come in September, and he costs $90.
September?
Yeah. Yeah. Mrs. Tryon's not happy. But I only paid $1 for the pre-order. So in September, when he ships, that's when they charge you. I'm in trouble with Mrs. I'm sleeping on the Delta couch tonight. I hate Transformers when they transform. Cliffjumper is literally friends with Jazz, which immediately makes you cool. I really, really, really want Age of Extinction Prime. You mean the Studio Series one? I might want to grab that as well. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to go down here. What am I doing? I don't normally collect Movieverse figures, but I have an Optimus Prime collection, and he would look great. He would look fantastic. Tell Delta Wife to watch the first episode of Transformers Prime. Guys, she's not going to watch it. It's a TV show. Mrs. Tryon doesn't watch TV. She reads books. She's smart, guys. I had to marry up, y'all. I did, yeah. Wait, you're a chemist. You're like Shockwave. I have to relate everything to Transformers. If someone comes in, oh, I work for the police. So, like, what Transformer is that? Is it like Barricade? That would be so sad. The person just looks at you like, oh my goodness, this guy's an idiot. Delta has been hitched to the couch. I'm the new leader of the Delta Nation. Just the first 3 minutes of Transformers. Yep, yeah, well, that's because we all know what that is.
Move, Cliff! It's heavy!
Yeah.
Hold up!
Delta, we got to get a comic where Cosmos, Depth Charge, and Star Saber all in team. I mean, we don't need Star Saber. Swizz, I don't think Swizz is in the chat anymore. We don't need Star Saber. Swizz ain't here. I can say whatever I want about Star Saber. Swizz, if you're here, show up. Show up. Oh, what is it? If we're still doing hot takes, then here's mine. I mentioned in the Patreon, I don't like the last Autobot Standing comic. It's super cynical and depressing. I'm not going to publicly fight you on that, Makuto Salt, because I might be making a video on it. But I respect your opinion, even if I don't fully agree with it. Star Saber hater. No, I don't hate Star Saber.
What does peak mean?
Peak means like it's the peak of something. It's the best. Like it's the top of the mountain. Like the mountain peak. The age of Delta has ended. Follow me and you'll never rise up. Here. Honey, watch this. Watch. We're gonna pull this lever. And it's a guy and he's gonna dance.
They should have made a Bumblebee dance.
Oh my goodness.
You should do a live stream with a live reaction to the only
Guys. First Delta Tryon video I'll fight you on. Peak like Beast Wars. Absolutely carnage. IDW Star Saber. Religious psychopath. Yep. Delta gave you the couch. Yeah, guys, I'm on the couch. I'm on the Delta couch tonight. We pushed Mrs. Tryon too far. You guys pushed her too far. I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. It's y'all. Y'all did this. Bro danced to the wall exploded. Alright, we're coming to the end of this level. We're gonna wrap this level up and then we're gonna call it quits for the night, because it is late.
There. I think I found the lights.
Oh, man, these things give me the creeps.
Don't get all jumpy. They're in stasis.
Ah! I really hate this.
Here's Earth again.
Find anything?
Test
Some
chamber.
hollow map of a distant star system. Hold on. These look like
As new leader
coordinates
of
you
Delta
found in the
Nation,
map
naps
sheet.
will be law.
What's so special about
Take naps all the time. What are you talking about? Oh wait, I don't want this weapon.
He says
is that star screen?
you vanished to the couch.
Rise up. Yeah. We're gonna go Scrap Maker and Gear Shredder on this one.
Stay smooth, Jazz.
Not Scrap Maker, the shotgun.
Well, would you look at that?
Yes, that is Nolan North. He is in everything.
You're wasting too much time on your experiments, Shockwave.
We could have built Delta Couch 2.0 together, Ant.
True value of this tower. It is key to unlocking a bridge across space and time itself.
Of the Delta Couch. Will Delta be the next Prime? Nope. Delta is a Trion,
Get
not a
my
Prime.
jump on.
Never forget that I am in charge, Shockwave. And I suggest you tend to your visit.
What?
Everyone shut up, Starscream is on
Yeah,
screen.
you jumped into that one.
Fools, you've ruptured the fuel lines. I must repair it.
Guys, does Shockwave need to have a yellow or a purple eye?
I'll deal with
Why does
that.
it need to be
You
purple?
hop on that console. Whatever Shockwave wants to fix, we need to break more.
Purple is cooler eye color for
I'm sealed in.
him than yellow? I don't know, I kinda like the yellow eye.
Hurry. We don't have a lot of
Or
time.
it's yellow and then he gets paint
And then it turns purple. What color is his eye in TF1? I don't remember.
Yellow. Blue crabs get purple.
Blue crab's on your side. What was his eye color in Transformers 1? I don't remember. Was it yellow? I think it was yellow. That's the... No, I think... Because that's the G1 color. From the show, is the yellow eye.
This'll do just fine.
Jazz,
I agree.
on your left.
You worry about
Because he's already
I
purple.
am worried about me.
Gear Shredder is the best weapon in this game. Okay.
Jazz, there's a supply depot on my left.
keep him coming.
I will... Great question. Here's the deal. If you become a channel member, you hop in the Discord, welcome. If you then stop being a channel member, I get it. I totally get it. Even I am stingy when it comes to being a channel member and, you know, spending $1 a month. If you leave, stop being a channel member, I'm not going to remove you from the Discord. You know, I'm not keeping track of who is paying and not. So, if you want to become a member just for 1 month to get access to the Discord, totally fine. I understand it. It's simple. Again, it's really all I can offer. So, if you want to be in the Discord,
Sounds risky.
but you don't want to pay a monthly fee, then just, you know, do the one-time fee and have fun, you know, joining in. And again, after this stream, probably tomorrow or late tonight, I will be reposting the link to the Discord in the channel post. There's a section where you can see only channel member posts. I need to repost it. So hopefully that answers the question. I'm not going to remove people from being channel members if they stop supporting. Again, I'm going to continue to make this content no matter what. The channel memberships was something actually that Dumb Jake encouraged me to do, just as a way for people to thank me for the content. And every now and then I'll do a toy hunt. I'll go to a toy store and record what I find, and I'll make a video off of it. Things like that. Delta Base, sometimes there's content that just doesn't make it into the final cut of Delta Base, and I'll do little extended clips. You also get videos early, about a week early. You can watch them. And then you get some nice emojis for live chat and whatnot. So you're definitely not missing out on any huge content other than the Kiss Players video. That's really something that you want to subject yourself to.
Toxic waste is pumping into the core. It's starting to overload.
These bombs aren't going to wait.
I'll see if I can queue up some more help.
Actually, the thing that I was worried about, what stops me next week, I'm worried I'll be kicked from my... Nope, you're not going to be kicked from the Discord if you stop supporting the channel. Don't worry. You do get kicked if you're breaking the rules. Well, we'll probably have a chat if you're breaking the rules on the Discord.
Nice touch, Cliff.
Oh man, I'm out of ammo on that one.
Just keep on coming.
I wonder what level in this game is the best to farm the currency. Oh, that's right, there's no. I don't know if it's this one or not.
Bullets one, bad guys two.
I do schedule my videos out, yeah. Again, we talked about this earlier. There'll be an update going out on the channel tomorrow. I'm going to kind of move away from weekly content. That way I can do larger videos. But yes, for instance, I normally have a full month's worth of content scheduled out. I don't for March because we're moving away from the weekly schedule. But yes, I do normally upload a video at least a week before it's ready to go. So, I will say this. Big videos like the Fall of Cybertron video will not have early member access, and here's why. I like to do a premiere on YouTube for my big videos, like the Fall of Cybertron video, and you can't do premiere and early member access on YouTube. I wish you could, but YouTube doesn't let you, so I'm going to prioritize the premiere function where everybody can watch it live and chat live. That way I can talk to you all as the video's playing. Oh, see ya, Cheetah. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, awesome. March's guest on Delta Base is actually Emperor Kumquat, and there will be questions for them about Transformers Mercy. I saw the roll call for voices. It seems like an awesome project. Really excited to see how it turns out.
An entire reservoir of pure energon?
I will say the S word, which is Sentinel Prime. I'm gonna have to ban you for that. Gonna have to ban you.
Mark your position. I'm sending in reinforcements. But how do we
You're
bring
gonna
all
get
that
canceled.
energon here?
They got Walking City carry it back.
No.
Oh, you're trying to be an artist, Cheetah. I'm sorry. I thought you were going for the voice acting, but they are looking for artists. Wonderful. Yes, absolutely great.
That's what they're built for. Those beasts guzzle energon like there's no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow if we don't get that energy.
Hasbro, stop being cowards and make Black Radio Shack Shockwave his own character. I agree. Absolutely agree. Guys, we're coming to the end of the stream. It's late. I'm streaming almost 3 hours now. I'm tired. I still gotta eat dinner. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Lots of people. Man, I'm so tired, I don't even know what to say. Mrs. Trine, you have anything to say? You don't like Cliff Jumper?
Yep.
She still don't like Cliff Jumper, guys. Next week's video is the Delta Base episode, Diaclona. It's a great time. Then when we get into March, first video of March is going to be that new show with Mrs. Tryon. And then we have the Fall Cybertron video coming out in March. And then we have two special things coming out in April. One video in April is a surprise. It's a character you've been asking for a lot lately. And then we have that original Transformers story that I wrote that is fully voice acted. Music, sound effects, all the good stuff. Features TFI Creations and some other creators. Very excited for that. And that's kind of what's coming up next. And if you are a channel member, then you actually have already seen the teaser for that original Transformers story. So if you want a kind of a sneak preview, you can see that as a channel member. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thanks, Carnage, Slonk, Sheer, Sir Off, Ultra, JS Productions, Clockwork. Sorry, Clockwork. Sorry I'm late. How are you? Oh, I'm sorry, Clockwork. You can watch back. You can watch back the VOD. It'll be here. All right, everybody. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go sleep on the Delta couch. Good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Again, lots more content coming.